Welcome to Watch, Review, Repeat. This is the podcast where two best friends discuss the latest in film and television and then do it all over again the following episode. My name is Colton Brown, and joining me is Andrew Meadows.
I am also here, yes.
Don't sound so excited.
I am very much here and very excited to be recording. This is another
genuine enthusiasm.
Another awesome episode to record.
So maybe it is genuine. Okay.
The looks back, our award ceremony, if you will, is probably my favorite one to record every year. But a look ahead kind of gets you pumped.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? You know, see what's on deck, get excited about things, maybe learn a thing or two about projects that you didn't know about before, and then you get excited for those. Yeah, and obviously, you know, there's always something we miss or we underestimate or whatever, you know. So, you know, we don't always hit on everything, but we, you know, there's a lot that we are able to kind of take in and get ourselves kind of, you know, hyped for the year, right? You know, 2023. Look, and
ahead. I wanted to give you a special praise for the exhaustive effort that you put into these scripts and laying out the foundation for our episodes. No one else sees this except me.
Technically available to the Patreon supporters. I put the scripts up there as a little behind-the-scenes look, you know. If anyone wants to see, you know, the fruits of my labor, they're there.
The fruits of Colton's labor are especially with these. Especially with like something like this episode, he links the trailers, the dates, the whole 9 yards. I mean, he puts a whole ton of effort into these, and it takes all the work away from me. And I literally just sit, drink, and watch trailers for an hour and a half, and it's he puts a lot of work into them. So thank you, Colton. For we would have a drastically different episode if you did not put the work into this.
Well, you know, most of the episodes, aka the episodes where, you know, your preparation is really, did you watch the thing? If yes, you're covered. You know, we can make it work from that point. For something like this, try to do this amount of research on the fly, or like the year in review episodes, if you're trying to like, here are my top 5 and let me brainstorm it, you know, live on air. Like, nah, it doesn't really work. Like, that's the kind of thing that you need to sit and ponder for a little bit of time. So this one's just, you know, it's a lot of research and trying to, you know, figure out, all right, what's coming out, what do we actually maybe care about, or is at least culturally relevant in some ways, and then, you know, when's it coming out, where's it coming, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, I mean, this one is more work than most, is what I'll say. So I appreciate you appreciating it, and you know, obviously my work not going unnoticed, but obviously I'm still heavily relying on the internet for everything that I do too. So so thanks to those folks that make my life a little bit easier. But yeah, and then we just spent, I think, probably quite literally an hour watching trailers. Probably each of us. There's probably been an hour's worth of trailers that we just plowed through, I think, just now, if I'm not mistaken. So it's hey, let's hope it's all worth it, you know. So yeah, it's a 2023, a look ahead. It's you know, we're turning the page, you know, we're closing the book on 2022 and you know, now looking ahead to what 2023 has to offer, both in terms of television and film. We'll cover them separately. Yeah, it's fun because there's a lot, you know. I think, you know, we thought 2022 felt like somewhat of a return to normalcy, and I feel like 2023, just at a quick glimpse, there's no shortage of content.
No,
there's definitely no shortage of content in general, and then obviously stuff that's well within our wheelhouse and such too. So there's a lot to look forward to, a lot that we'll obviously be talking about on this episode. So yeah, I think we should do it. I think we should take a look ahead. And I've said some of this already, but this is not an exhaustive list. It's not everything. It's not literally everything. Like, particularly like the network stuff, like we kind of just blow through that. Film stuff, try to capture some streaming and all the theatrical releases, but obviously release dates are subject to change, you know, for films particularly. We've had a lot of films get booted off the schedule in recent years for obvious reasons, and even though I think things have mostly stabilized, we're still not, I think 100% in things moving forward and whatnot. So this is kind of as of the beginning of the year, I'm excited. So we'll have this opportunity to speculate about what might happen in some of these, make some bold predictions on whether they might be good or not. It's just a free-form conversation that we'll have. And one thing I will say is we're ahead of schedule compared to last year, which is good. I feel like last year, we obviously again said it, very recently, I think on the last episode, but we made a point of trying to get back to normal for ourselves and have a better routine and more established routine, blah blah blah, and all that. But really, last year I looked, and this episode, this version, the 2022 version of this episode didn't even go out until after the Super Bowl. We're not there yet. It didn't even go out until tail end of February. So it's like we like literally a sixth of the year had gone by before this had even gone out to the masses. So my hope is it won't take me several weeks to edit this one. I'm going to get this out before the Super Bowl. It's my lofty goal. I think that's a reasonable aspiration as long as we don't.
I think the real question is though is when do we record this episode? Did we record it before the end of January?
No, because I think the Super Bowl would have been in February, so I don't think we would have even recorded it until February. So
yeah,
I think we were just really behind the curve. We covered like Hawkeye, Matrix, and something else maybe, Encanto maybe. We were still playing like heavy catch up on the late 2021 films, I guess at that point. Whereas this year we called it good. I think we did Avatar. We did Avatar, and we're like we're close. We're good. We're gonna go ahead and
close the chapter on 22, and then
watching the new ones that come across our desk, and then talking about that. But we've done that. We spent a few hours doing that. We had to split into 2 episodes, but
and then what we'll do is presumably we'll be able to record a little bit. Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Snappier episodes. We don't have to linger on the news a whole lot. I think 2023.
No 10 pieces of news. We'll have a routine. That routine might get a little disrupted. Let me check maybe around June or so. Maybe around June, things might get a little tumultuous for Mr. Andrew Meadows. But hey, we're not there yet. We'll enjoy this time before we need to reevaluate our priorities and figure out how things are going to work at that point. But hey,
we'll get there.
We'll get there. So. 2023. Let's talk about television in 2023, if you're ready, of course.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
So we'll begin with the network stuff. A lot of these are kind of, not a whole lot to say on some of these, but maybe worth mentioning for some reason. But of course, I think one that is absolutely worth talking about, it's currently airing. It's Abbott Elementary, one of our favorite shows collectively. I think it was both of our number 4 for the top TV shows of 2022.
Fabulous show.
I think so. This one got the full season order, so I think it's 20 plus episodes for this second season, whereas the first one was only 13.
Goodness.
So it started late last year, and I don't think it'll finish up until a couple months from now. I think roughly. So
weekly
lots
episodes.
More.
Yeah.
March 1st is when it'll wrap up. So you still got a whole another month from this point to enjoy some Abbott. And so. Oh no! Well, there'll be even more than that. That's only through episode 17. So we should be getting even more, basically throughout March, April,
first quarter.
Maybe even
It'll
into
be
May.
a first quarter network television show that we have to look forward to.
And this is one I think you said you watch week to week, so you're kind of up to date on it to this point, or at least close to.
Close to up to date. Yeah, I mean, we might go like a couple weeks without watching at most, and then just watch 2 episodes back to back on a night that we don't have anything going on. Small, bite-sized, highly entertaining episodes, well written, well acted, cleverly put together, just awesome show. It's actually, I mean, we watched a little bit of a NBC show. I think it was NBC. This Is Us, I think is what it's called.
Yeah, you were on that train for a while. I mean,
we were. I think it is, or it had a season finale or a series finale at some point.
ABC. I think I said NBC, but ABC is what this
is. Is it ABC?
Yeah. It's one of my research failed me. I typed the wrong thing into the script, so you were probably just accepting that I did things correctly. Mistake. Aside from
that, I mean, this is Abbott Elementary is an excellent show. If anybody's not on it, they should get on it. And I think that it's awesome show. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's all I got. But yeah,
Yep.
very excited about wrapping up this season. So
I will second the recommendation. Obviously,
we talked
about it. But it's really good stuff. You know, it's a very good sitcom. Highly recommended. So you know, check it out. Catch up on season 1. Catch up on season 2. I haven't even started season 2, so we're gonna dive in, I'm sure, before long. But yeah, looking forward to it. So that's a big one on the network. A couple other big ones, which I'm sure you're very much looking forward to. CW projects. I didn't actually put it on here, but Riverdale is wrapping up, and I know that's probably a huge bummer for you. But something else that's also wrapping up is The Flash. The Arrowverse is basically coming to an end. Superman and Lois is still going for, I think, at least another season beyond. Like, I think it's still the only ongoing one, but apparently they've written in such a way that it's not connected to the other shows anymore. Like, now it's in a separate universe. I don't know how they did that, but, you know, fucking DC Comics, hey, do what you want. But The Flash, it's getting a 9th season, and it's going to be the final season of it. I think it's a shorter episode order, like 13 or so, which is probably how many episodes they should have been doing for every season prior to this, you know, if they wanted to maintain some semblance of quality with the show. But yeah, you know, it's kind of the end of an era, right? Arrow ended a little while ago. Legends got unceremoniously canceled. So The Flash is at least getting a proper send-off, as is probably worthy of what maybe once upon a time was the best Arrowverse show, I think, at least in its early days before it kind of fell off a cliff. So yeah, you know, 2023 is the year that we say sayonara to The Flash once and for all. Well, we say sayonara to the TV version of The Flash, and we welcome with open arms, just like DC and Warner Brothers, another version of The Flash. But we'll talk about that later. So any you want to say any thoughts on The Flash?
I said goodbye to The Flash many years ago.
Yeah.
But you know, to those still invested,
good on you.
Good on you. Yeah, that's the best way to put it. You know, you're gluttons is what you are, I think. But maybe there is something at the, you know, maybe it got better. I don't know. But I am glad that at least one show, or I guess the other one you mentioned just a few moments ago. What is that? Riverdale?
Oh yes, Riverdale. Yes.
I guess Riverdale gets gets an ending as well, you know.
Yep.
But
Yep.
at least one of these shows gets at least The Flash gets an ending, you know.
It gets a planned, hey, wrap this up, do everything you do in your final season, and we're done. They're bringing back Stephen Amell's coming back for at least an episode. They're bringing a lot of them, like previous supporting players, either in other shows, like Batwoman's going to be in it. Obviously, her show got canceled. They're bringing some Supergirl characters in. Diggle's going to be in it. Wally's going to be back. So, you know, I think they're going all out with it. You know, I mean, they're still probably spending $10 on warehouse sets and stuff, but that's, you know, that's the
what's
CW.
the love? What's the love triangle at season 9 of The Flash?
Oh, I don't know. I think he's a happily married man. He's a happily married man, I think.
What?
So I don't know. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I don't know.
Maybe I need to get back on that train.
Do you?
No, I don't.
No.
So what else do we
no.
got from the CW?
That's oh wait, no, you're right. We do have more on the CW. We have Gotham Knights, which is not part of the Arrowverse, but is a DC property. It's about the members of the Bat family and some other DC supporting characters, but it's like the kids. So it's like Bruce Wayne's son.
Oh, it's Gotham
but
again.
But not Damian Wayne. It's Turner Hayes, some made up fucking stupid character for this. And it's the Carrie Kelly version of Robin, who was the version of Robin from the Dark Knight Returns, the Frank Miller one. You know, it's got some other DC characters, but you know what? It's got a real CW-y kind of flavor to it. And so yeah.
Not the video game. I just Googled it, and yet
it is not the video game. It's not a video game with the same name. Yes, indeed. This is one I didn't make you watch a trailer for. I think this conversation would have a different complexion, I think, had I asked you to watch it. But feel free to peruse it, you know, at your pleasure, at your convenience. But
not anyway. WB, CW. That's what I meant.
Just look at some screen caps that might give you an indicator.
Oh boy.
Look real good. A+. Lots of potential here.
I will be avoiding this show as well.
Okay.
Holy shit. There's no way. Is that really the Batman costume?
If it's bad, then the answer is probably yeah.
It looks really bad.
Yep,
Let me
probably yeah then.
Anyway, I don't want to get into the weeds here, but you can click on that link I just posted and see if that's something that that can't be right.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I think that's
I hope that's not it.
I believe that's what we call a fan manip, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. All right. Well,
but
I'm glad I was easily. I mean, it's bad when
it's bad enough. You're like, this could be a CW costume. You can't say no. It's got a little leathery bits to it. Could
boy.
be. But anyway, I don't think that one's real. But anyway, we'll say nay on Gotham Knights, I think. But
yes, we will. Some people may not
enjoy it if you want.
Yeah, exactly.
No, nothing wrong with that. All right, other network stuff. Couple AMC properties. Orphan Black is getting a spinoff called Orphan Black Echoes, which will star Kristen Ritter, a.k.a. Jessica Jones. And no Tatiana Maslany. She was like the main star of the original Orphan Black run on I think BBC or whatever it was that was on. It's a Canadian show, I believe. So it's Kristen Ritter taking over as a new character in the same world. So that's kind of it.
What's never watched any Orphan Black? Is it clones or something?
It is clones, yeah. I forget the exact story. I watched the first season, really enjoyed it. Never watched any of the rest. Anna has watched it all, says it's all great. So it's one of those I'd probably go watch it at some point. When we need 5 seasons of a television show to watch at some point. But yeah, she's clones, and basically she plays all the clones, and that's all I remember. It's just fucking clones and getting conflicts, and it's I don't know what the actual main thrust of it is, other than the literal concept of it. But
who
I recall
put the
really
show
liking
together?
it.
I forgot. Isn't it? It's nobody I know. Actually, I'm googling it, and it's nobody I know. Anyways, sorry, not to cut you off.
No worries. So it's getting a continuation in some form, obviously a spinoff here. So I said, I think for fans of the original series, it's more to look forward to. I think the original creatives from that are involved in some capacity with this one, so it's not just a pointless retread or a shameless knockoff or cheap continuation or whatever. So it's something I think that has promise, especially for people that are kind of in. I guess it remains to be seen how much appeal it has for people that don't already.
Is that She-Hulk?
Orphan Black. So yeah, She-Hulk. Yeah, She-Hulk was the main character in Orphan Black and all the respective clones. So yeah, she's great. That's where I first saw her before She-Hulk. She's fucking awesome in that. So that's why I was excited when she was cast as She-Hulk. And
man,
she was a great She-Hulk too. So
pick up that show.
It's by all accounts, it's quite good. So it's
okay.
It's one out there. Another show you could watch is The Walking Dead. You have plenty of seasons of that, plenty of spinoffs. There's no end. There's no end of content. There's plenty there for you. And wouldn't you know, we're getting a brand new series in 2023 called The Walking Dead: Dead City. But this one's a proper spinoff. This one's not a. It's just a few different characters, in the same world or a different point in time. This is the Negan and Maggie spinoff that everyone was yearning for. They've fissured them off of the main series, which is coming to an end. Maybe have already ended. I really don't know. I think it's still going. I think it still has not actually totally finished. But they're doing all these spinoffs with all the characters from the original series, and this is one of them. So The Walking Dead, Dead City, Negan and Maggie. What are they getting up to? What sort of shenanigans can they get up to with zombies? Find out by tuning in on AMC. Will you be tuning in?
I will not be tuning in. Christ almighty. How does this thing keep happening?
I don't know, but I guess it's just the franchise is indeed like a zombie. It just cannot die. It will not die. Last but not least on the television network side of things, at least in my eyes, Justified City Primeval, another continuation of a show that was been done for a while, but I fucking love Justified. You know that I love Justified. Our listeners, if you don't already know, should know that I love Justified. Go listen to our top 5 TV shows special episode that we did. I think early last year.
I need to watch it. Sarah's dad actually got onto me about not watching it.
It's awesome. This one's bringing back Timothy Olyphant as Raylan Givens. It's moving him to a new setting. The original Justified took place in Kentucky for the most part. This one takes place, I believe, in Detroit for the most part. And I think that I'm fucking super down for more Justified. Doesn't need more, but do something different a few years down the line with it. I'm down with it. And I think that it's based off of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's based off of another book that like has the Raylan Givens character in it. So it's not just, pulling shit out of their ass kind of thing. And I think it's intended to be a miniseries. So, bring them back for a few months, film this thing. It's kind of this, kind of coda to the original Justified, which I think is cool. Elmore Leonard's the author of those books. It's based on the novel City Primeval, High Noon in Detroit, which, that sounds pretty fucking cool just right there. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Expected to premiere on FX mid-2023 is the expectation for that one. So,
I actually got a Deadline article here. It says Quentin Tarantino in early talks to direct Timothy Olyphant and EPS of FX's.
Like to do an episode or two of it?
Yeah, that was from February of 22. Well, to do a couple of episodes. So I don't
think we have any official directing announcements or anything like that. So maybe it happened. Maybe it came together. We'll find out.
It's pretty cool.
I think that would be a good fit. I think QT and Justified, that would be a good marriage. I would dig that. So yeah, that's the network stuff. Moving on to Apple TV Plus. A few things here. First one is the first trailer for the episode. Show called Shrinking, starring Jason Segel and Harrison Ford. What did you think about the trailer here for Shrinking? I think this is a show that has either already started or is very nearly going to start.
I think it already started. I think because it pops up on my Apple TV. Okay,
well that's a good sign. I think it's not done yet. I think because Apple does weekly drops, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's probably started but not finished.
I have not watched any Apple television show. I feel like I'd start with the one that was recommended by Enrique, which is, what's it called?
Oh, Severance, right? Yeah,
Severance. Yeah. That's probably the one I'd start with. But Shrinking looked like a wildly hilarious television show. It looked like something that I would very much enjoy. It made me LOL multiple times in this trailer.
Okay.
Looks like a dark humor, and I'm kind of a sucker for it. Kind of just hits me in the funny bones every time.
Yeah, I like the cast. I think that's helpful. It's the same creators, or in part, I think, creators of Ted Lasso and Scrubs and stuff. Plus, Jason Segel, I think, is involved in the series creation as well. It seems like a good show. I think the early reviews thus far are pretty good. It's not mind-blowingly good reviews, but by all accounts, it seems to be funny and dark in the right ways. So, yeah, this is one I thought that the trailer got me interested in it. I feel like I've been really bad about watching TV shows on Apple.
I have not seen any.
I don't think I've watched a single show, at least not in its entirety.
What's that sci-fi one? I started the sci-fi one last year.
For All Mankind?
No. It was the one based on the book. It looked epic as fuck, and then I never watched it.
Oh, Foundation.
Yeah. So I watched a couple episodes of that.
It seemed like.
Oh, I petered out on it. I know that.
Well, maybe that's what I mean, yeah.
I petered out on it.
Presumably because it wasn't great.
In favor of Halo. And then
did you make the right choice?
I definitely. Well, I don't know.
Maybe there was no right choice. I guess of those two at least.
But anyways, that was the only one that I've ever started.
Okay.
But this looks good. I have heard wonderful things about Ted Lasso, though.
Yes. And so this is from co-creators of Ted Lasso, Shrinking. I don't know if you have any other thoughts on it, but we're also expected to get the third and final season of Ted Lasso as well. I don't know if you were trying to pull in that direction, but I'm taking it in that direction now. And yeah, you and I don't think we've watched any episodes of Ted Lasso, have we?
I watched.
Maybe you watched some.
The only thing that I've seen on Ted Lasso is actually Sarah's dad showed me a probably like a. There was like this, like, I don't know, 10-minute monologue in one of the episodes.
Okay.
And it was outstanding. It was very, very, very,
so you've
very,
seen an out of context clip that you liked?
Yes. It looked very, very good.
Okay.
Still have not seen it. There's a lot of television to watch.
Yeah,
but Ted Lasso does look like a show that I would very much enjoy. It looks very good.
And you know what? It seemed like they were on top of the world when season 2 came out. I think it's been 2 years since that came out, or at least 2 years since that second season came out. And they announced that they're ending it with a third season, which kind of feels like, oh man, like, you know, such a popular show. How could you do that? But
beginning, middle, end. That's all we need.
Yeah, like exactly. Like, you know, you got to have a respect for you know, when you're in your heyday to know when to say, nope, this is the story we need to tell, and this is how much time we need to tell it. We're good. We're good on that.
It actually compels me to, like, I need to go ahead and subscribe. I need to watch.
Yeah, no, I feel the same way. I when they put out like a season 3 trailer, which we don't have one yet, and they put out a release date or whatever, like that's when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna fucking fire this shit up and actually watch it for real this time. Like that way, I could be part of season 3 and experience season 3 when it comes out. You know, that sort of thing. So yeah, yep. One last thing on the Apple TV Plus. 2023 that we know about. I'm sure there will be more. I'm sure there will be more than 3 television shows on there for the year. But it's something called Masters of the Air. It's an upcoming war drama miniseries centered around the Air Force. And the interesting thing about this is it's kind of a companion piece to Band of Brothers and the Pacific. It's Steven Spielberg and Tom Hanks producing it. Ridiculous, you know, kind of cast of 1 million people in it, and it's one of those things that, like, in 10 years will be fucking stacked. It's not as stacked right now, but like if you go back and look at like the Band of Brothers cast, you're like, that is Jimmy fucking Fallon in it or whatever, like, you know, like that sort of thing.
Cary Fukunaga,
and that is something that is noteworthy as well. Is Cary Joji Fukunaga is directing the first 3 episodes of it, and it's also got Elvis in it. And he's playing Elvis in it again. Hey, I'm just kidding. He's apparently the main character. Austin Butler is apparently the main character, and if this was filmed before Elvis, then he'll have his normal voice. So hopefully that happens
before he's changed,
before he was irreparably changed by his experiences of filming Elvis and turning into the man.
Oh, Major Gale Green, huh? Major Gale Clevin. Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, the fucking, you know, wartime Air Force thing, you know, in the vein of those other 2 shows, like that sounds pretty cool. Like, so I've
never seen any of those other shows. I do know about them, but I've never seen them. Have you seen them?
I have not seen The Pacific, but I've seen Band of Brothers, but not for a while. I think I own both of them. Like I have like nice little tens of them. But good stuff. You know, I think that they're always in the conversation of, you know, some of the, like, certainly the best, like, World War II era kind of things, Emmys, Golden Globes, that sort of thing. I think Band of Brothers more so, but I feel like the Pacific is pretty well regarded overall too. So yeah, that's what we have on Apple TV Plus, at least as of now. Moving on over to Starz, we have but one entry to talk about. It's the Party Down revival, which is a show that I love. I think it's a hilarious comedy. The 2 seasons that we got before it was canceled because the entire cast left to go on and do bigger shows. Thanks Parks and Rec. Thanks Glee. Thanks probably Masters of Sex. Thanks for just poaching all of these very, very talented folks and giving them better opportunities. Hey, but you know what? A decade has come and gone. More than a decade has come and gone since Party Down originally aired, and it's coming back.
More than a decade?
A little 3rd season revival. Yeah, shit ended in 2010.
We are old.
Yeah. So So yeah, we're getting a 6-episode third season. We got a trailer for it. Is this any? I can't remember. Did you watch Party Down or not?
Never watched any Party Down.
Okay, well, it's very good. Highly recommended. Should definitely watch it at some point. Very funny. Yeah, I mean, they got most of the cast back together. Lizzie Kaplan appears to not be returning for the third season, as far as we know, which is a little bit of a bummer. But yeah, Adam Scott's back in it. He managed to find time away from Severance to make an appearance here. Yeah, I'm just really excited to see more of Party Down. I think it's just a very, very funny show. And I believe it's, again, as we talked about with some of these, like the same creators kind of coming back and doing more of it, not just, hey, let's just do it for the fuck of doing it because this is a popular thing and I think I know how to do it. Like, no, I feel good about it being a nice continuation of something that was really enjoyable. So you just take a swig of something you didn't particularly care for. Is that what happened?
That's a terrible beverage.
What are you drinking there? We'll do it a little.
Thought it was a dark and stormy just with clear rum.
Uh-oh.
But I'm not quite sure that's rum in there. I don't know what that is.
Vodka. Dark and stormy with vodka.
Well, then it would just be a Moscow Mule.
Mm.
But it doesn't.
I guess that's true. Is there no ginger or anything in there? Is that what it is? It's just alcohol?
No, it's not even that strong. It's just that the
It's
flavor's kind of funky. I'll finish it. Fuck it.
All right. YOLO.
You heard it here first.
Moving on to Paramount Plus with Showtime. Yes.
Yeah, that's a thing now. Yeah.
Paramount Plus is getting a little rebrand. It's merging with Showtime, merging with the streaming service for Showtime, and it's going to be called Paramount Plus with Showtime. Very, very, very
Why not just
catchy
Paramount
name.
Plus Showtime? Why not just get rid of the
Right,
with?
you've literally got the plus already in there. Like, it kind of works already. Paramount Plus Showtime. Like, that you say it, and like it actually just makes sense to say that. No, Paramount Plus with Showtime.
Some stupid-ass branding.
You're not in charge. Bob Backish, Paramount CEO, says it's going to be Paramount Plus with
Come on,
Showtime.
Bob. There's some shitty Bobs out there.
So Bob, but now that Paramount Plus is, offering stuff beyond just Halo and Star Trek, there are some things on there, I guess, to talk about. Yellowstone too. We'll get there. So on the Showtime front, the only thing I think Warren's mentioned is a show called Yellow Jackets, which I've heard really, really good things about, and it's had one season thus far. And so I'd like to watch that at some point. And honestly, this merger is really fucking helpful because I didn't have Showtime before, and if it's included in Paramount Plus, that means I have access to Showtime shit, and that's cool. I'm not going to be mad about that. So I might give this a go, when I have the time, and maybe I'll give season 2 a crack. It's supposed to debut March 26th. I think it's a thriller drama. And I believe it's like 2 different timelines kind of thing. Like there's like the cast when they're younger in the 90s, and then the cast like when they're adults, like kind of it kind of thing in that way, which I think is kind of a neat way of doing things. So Yellow Jackets is something on the Showtime side of things. Now on the Paramount side of things, I'm sure there will be 900 more Star Trek shows for the Trekkies to enjoy. We're definitely getting season 3 of Picard. That's coming, I think, I want to say maybe March as well. But look, if there was ever a time for me to hop on to Star Trek, it's long past, obviously. I mean, it's just, there's just so many things, Star Trek.
It's too much.
Again, the things that I can devote my time to are all the Marvel things, right? Like that's where I'm like, I'll watch all of that. Like I can't do Marvel and Star Trek. It's just, that's all I would watch in a year. Like, I already basically just watch Marvel stuff and then, like, 5 other things throughout a year. Like, I can't do it. But, hey, again, for those out there who love Star Trek, you're getting more of it. Picard's actually coming even earlier than I said. February 16th, it's starting. Got a 10-episode season. I'm sure there's more. I know there's the Discovery is around. I don't know if that's going to be a 2023 one, but there's a bunch of Star Trek things. So, just Google Star Trek and you can find out what other Star Trek things you can look forward to. But I'll leave it at that. We're getting a new Kiefer Sutherland as a spy show called Rabbit Hole on Paramount Plus. We got a little teaser for it. I feel like didn't really tell us a lot other than, hey, it's Kiefer Sutherland, and even though it's not 24, he's still a spy. So if you like 24, you'll probably like this because it's kind of the same thing, probably.
Looks like 24, but hacky. Like 24 meets Mr. Robot.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like tech. It's like a tech angle. 24 tech angle. I don't know. I didn't really get a good impression from the teaser. Not a bad impression, but just a kind of a nothing impression, I feel. It's coming March 26th, 8-episode season. It's got Charles Dance in it. We saw him for a brief snippet in there. So I don't know. Anything here that might appeal to you? Hard to say right now, or where do you stand?
I'm not interested. It's not gonna make me subscribe to Paramount Plus Showtime.
Okay, all right. Well, maybe that won't. But how are you on the Yellowstone front? Are you all in on Yellowstone yet?
So I watched.
Paramount is.
I've seen 3 all you hear about in Zephyr Hills, Florida, is Yellowstone. Mm-hmm. That is the show of choice. I have missed this. Missed the. How'd you put it? Missed the ship, missed the boat, missed the train.
Missed the boat. Yeah. Well, whatever sort of vehicle. It's if you missed it, then you're fucked. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah. I watched like 3 episodes of the first season. I thought it was really good. Sarah fell asleep and wanted to rewatch them, but they're pretty lengthy. And I was like, I kind of just want to keep going. She's like, well, I haven't seen the other episodes, and I didn't rewatch them. They weren't particularly rewatchable. They're very long and just kind of, so we actually just never continued forward.
Just stopped. Yeah.
Yep. Just stopped. But I hear it is an incredible show, and maybe one day I would like to watch it. Maybe it's like a, what's that one that came out with Timothy Olyphant and
Justified.
Not Justified, the one on HBO. Deadwood. Maybe it's Deadwood.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can see that. It's Taylor Sheridan. He's someone that we know and respect. His work. So I've heard, I guess, much like you, lots of good things about Yellowstone. And just the Yellowstone universe is it's just straight up a Yellowstone universe at this point, because you're getting Yellowstone season 5. Part 2 in 2023, but you're also getting the rest of the episodes of 1923, which is the second spinoff to Yellowstone, following 1883. 1923 is that's the Helen Mirren and Harrison Ford one. I believe it's set to wrap up in February. So it's it's been going for a little bit now. But we will also be getting the third spinoff, which will be called Bass Reeves. And it's going to be based off of the real life U.S. Marshal, who was the first black U.S. Marshal west of the Mississippi River, which is kind of his claim to fame. And I think it's a spinoff of maybe one of the other series, maybe if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I'm not immersed in the Yellowstoneverse right now. Maybe I will someday, but I'm very much on the outside looking in. But yeah, it's going to be David Oyelowo playing Bass Reeves. And that's cool. Okay.
Never heard of this man.
Yeah. Well, you can go check out his Wikipedia page. It'll tell you about it. But I can tell you right now, during his long career, he had on his record more than 3,000 arrests of dangerous fugitives, and he shot and killed 14 of them in self-defense. So
dang, dude.
So
fucking Rain Man with facts.
Fucking Red Dead Redemption, real lifestyle, basically. So that's hey man, that's not bad. So that sounds cool. So lots of Yellowstone stuff to look forward to, or or is actively going right now. So there you have it. Peacock. Do you have Peacock? Bet you don't even have Peacock, do you?
I don't have Peacock.
I get it for free with my cable, which is very handy because I probably wouldn't have it otherwise. But if you don't have Peacock, you'll be missing out on a show called Poker Face, which is a Rian Johnson series.
I will not be missing out on Poker Face.
Fresh off of Glass Onion, he's coming out with the Case of the Week murder mystery series. Natasha Lyonne plays Charlie Cale, kind of the lead character in it, and it's got a recurrent, like a rotating guest stars for each episode, different setting and stuff like that. I guess that kind of goes with the Case of the Week thing that I said. But yeah, 10 episodes. It started late January, so it'll be running for a little bit of time here through March. If
I've heard fabulous things about this show.
I was say, have you checked in on it yet? Even though you don't have Peacock?
I have the ability to watch these shows, these episodes, and I've been meaning to tune in and watch them. But I have not seen any episodes yet, and I am eager to start it. I think it looks stylish. It's Bryan Johnson, so it's presumably written well, and it looks well acted. It looks entertaining. So I'm excited to watch it. I also think it's something that Sarah would enjoy watching with me. So, all about Poker Face. I think it might be something cool.
Well, I can tell you that 4 episodes are up now, and I can tell you that I've watched 2 of them, and I like.
Oh, and how are they?
I like it. I like it quite a bit. So yeah, I'm trying to make good on my promise to watch more TV in 2023, and I'm
doing a good job so far.
Succeeding on this particular front, failing elsewhere, but that's okay.
Okay.
There's time. There is yet time. It's
How
still
many? What's the episode
January.
count of this? Do you know what the episodes?
10 episodes. So it'll wrap up March. It'll March. So
okay.
Weekly drops every Thursday.
Okay. That might be something to watch. Might be something to cover come March.
Yeah, it could be. Very well could be. Maybe there's no movies around then. Maybe there is.
We'll talk about it. We'll figure it out.
We'll talk about it anyway. Who's to say? But yeah, Poker Face. Check it out. Peacock. Hulu. Futurama's coming back.
Oh, okay.
I like Futurama. I don't know if I'll go in on it right now, but
right.
They finally got John DiMaggio. They had a contract dispute over whether he was going to come back as Bender. But they figured it out. I don't think they actually ended up paying any more money than he originally asked. I think he just kind of backed down. It's just like, all right, fuck it. I guess I'll do it since I'm the only holdout. But anyway, Futurama's coming back. So that's my lone Hulu entry to offer. I'm sure, again, there'll probably be more before long. I feel like Hulu always has like a mini-series or something here and there, or like maybe The Handmaid's Tale comes back, but I don't think it's likely to come back until 2024. So yeah, that's what I got. You know what? And we needn't dwell on it. So we'll move on to HBO Max, and we have a few things to talk about on the HBO Max front.
Oh my goodness me!
Velma is setting the internet on fire. I don't know if you've been paying attention to the buzz on Velma.
Yeah, it's like shit, right?
It's the adult take on Scooby Doo and Velma, and it's like, it's like sexy and sexual and.
Is it really?
And,
I didn't get those vibes from like the pictures I saw.
Anyway, I don't know if it's a classic case of the internet hating a thing because it's not the thing that they wanted. It's currently a 1.3 out of 10 on IMDb. 42% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, I think there's a good chance that it is just bad, but I also think there's also a good chance that it's just the victim of a huge pile-on kind of thing.
You think so?
But I don't know. I won't be watching it. But I figured, sometimes things are notable for reasons, and so you have Velma.
Well, I Googled it, and the Google review is 1.3 stars out of 5, and that's based off
better
of
than 1 out of 10. So
6,857 ratings.
Yeah, people aren't loving Velma, but I can tell you, people are loving The Last of Us, which 3 episodes in on HBO, perhaps one of the finer video game adaptations to date, it seems. So have you been going in on The Last of Us? Obviously, we know what The Last of Us is. I think we've talked about trailers for it, in the past. So
yeah, I think I'm 2 episodes into Last of Us. There's the third episode out, I think.
Yeah, I think it just came out a couple days ago. So
yeah, on Sunday. Sunday drops, hour-long episodes, and potent. It's what you think.
It's what you wanted it to be based on.
It's exactly. It's been so long since I've played Last of Us. But from what I can remember, this is a faithful adaptation, and adaptation is a key word, right? Like you don't need me in particular, I don't need a beat for beat playback of the content. Adaptation's fine. And it is fucking heavy. This is a good show. So far. So, Excited to see episode 3. Episode 3's been setting
a lot of buzz.
Episode 3's been getting a lot of buzz. So we'll see what happens with episode 3. I'm eager to see exactly what episode 3 is. Just haven't seen it yet. But yeah, I'm already on board with Last of Us, and I think it's pretty incredible. You would really like it. Something you should definitely watch.
I will definitely watch it. Just haven't started it yet. It feels like an emotional commitment that I haven't quite made yet.
But you don't want to miss the goddamn taxi, dude. You don't want to miss the taxi.
I will not miss the taxi on this one, or some other vehicle. I will not miss the plane. I will not miss the bicycle. I will not miss the bicycle.
Don't miss your fucking flight, dude. Don't miss the flight.
I won't miss the flight. I won't. Miniseries called Love and Death, coming to HBO Max 2023. It's based on the true story of Wiley, Texas housewife Candy Montgomery, who is accused of the brutal axe murder of her friend Betty Gore in 1980. Axe murder, and her name is Betty Gore. That's not great. It's got Elizabeth Olsen, Jesse Plemons. Does that sound appealing to you?
Yeah. Sounds good.
Down to see something like that?
Especially Kristen Ritter's in this too.
Kristen Ritter is in it. That's true.
Oh, yeah. And you said Jesse Plemons. I like Jesse Plemons. Yeah, I'm all in on this.
All right. Yeah. Look, it's got Elizabeth Olsen in it, and you know what? That might just be enough for someone like me. But it sounds interesting, based on a true story, which I don't really know much about. I don't know. Yeah.
The way you described it sounded like a good old-fashioned southern tale of fucking murder.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, there was already a limited series last year, which I heard nothing about, with Jessica Biel in it. So anyway, maybe that one wasn't good, and they were like, we got to do another one that's better. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway, that's something to look forward to.
Side note, you can delete this. What's her face is in the White Lotus? What is the White Lotus?
It's an anthology show on HBO.
It's got
it's a group of rich people that go to like a resort kind of thing, and weird shit happens.
It's got what's her face from the FX show, Aubrey Plaza in it.
Yeah, I think she was in the second season, right?
Anyways, I digress.
Yeah, no, I've heard Anna watched the first season. I think she liked it, and second season I think won best limited series or whatever with the Emmys. So I guess it's good, theoretically. Right. So yeah. What else on HBO? Gremlins Secrets of the Mogwai, a little animated TV show, which is a prequel to the original Gremlins and its sequel, set in 1920s Shanghai. It's how he met Gizmo, I guess. I don't know. Is it a different Gizmo? Must be. How many Gizmos are there? Do they regenerate? I don't know how that works. Or is Gizmo just like an ageless thing? Is that what it is? Like the Gremlins don't actually, or the Mogwai. The Mogwai doesn't age, I guess. It's the Gremlins that are just the fucking menaces that destroy everything, and I guess that's why they're called Gremlins or whatever. But yeah, animated show, 20s China. That sounds kind of fucking cool. I love Gremlins, so I'd be down for something like this.
I probably won't watch that. I don't know anything about the Gremlins.
You never watched Gremlins? You gotta watch Gremlins.
Never watched any Gremlins.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Maybe wait for Christmas. They're good Christmas movies. I mean,
are they good Christmas movies?
They're Christmas.
Those are the
movies.
ones where you can't like show them the light, or you can't feed them after dark.
You can't feed them after midnight, because then they turn in. Then I think they produce Gremlins, who are just fucking little menaces that go around and destroy shit. Oh, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Okay.
But I think you would actually really enjoy both of the Gremlins movies. I think they're very entertaining. I haven't seen either of them in a while, but they were childhood staples for me.
Bonus episode at some point in the year, the Gremlins.
Fuck it.
Maybe.
I'm down. I'm totally down for that. I love Gremlins.
All right, we'll pencil it in before the release of the Secrets of the Mogwai.
Yes. More DC stuff coming to a close. Titans and Doom Patrol have been canceled, but they're getting one more final season, which I don't know that was necessarily intended to be final seasons, but okay. I don't think you probably have a whole lot of thoughts on that, because I don't think you've watched either of them. I've heard really good things about Doom Patrol, to be fair. Titans less so. But, it's just, I'll watch The Last of Us, and I'll watch Poker Face, and I'll watch the other things before I get around to, and I'll fucking watch Andor, all right? I'll watch Andor, all right? You don't have to convince me. You don't have to fucking wring my arm over it. I'll do it, okay? Coming back, Succession, I think 4th season, if I'm not mistaken. That's one that I'm super behind on, aka I haven't watched any of it, but I really want to watch all of it. I've heard very good things about it. Wins lots of awards, got a great cast. Really no reason I shouldn't be watching it, but I'm just a fuck up. What else can I say for myself other than I haven't watched Succession yet? So, I do want to check it out at some point, but expected to return for a 4th season, and it's going to premiere March 26th. So, just a couple months away for a new season of that. Last but not least, on HBO Max, we'll be getting a True Detective follow-up called True Detective Night Country, with Jodie Foster playing the lead in it. It's going to be set in Alaska, and I don't think we've had any I think we've had little teases of footage as part of an HBO sizzle reel kind of thing, but not much besides that. And
they've looked good. They have looked good,
and it looked good. And it's not Nick Pizza Man who did the other True Detectives, so it's kind of this is one where there are new creatives. However, I think that's probably a good thing. If I based on the deterioration quality of the True Detective show. I think season 3 was supposedly better, but I was done with it at season 2. So this I could be curious to watch, I think, because it feels disconnected, and it's a few years down the line from those first 3 seasons. So I might give this a go. Jodie Foster is great. I feel like she doesn't really act a whole lot these days. So for her to take a starring role in this, I feel like hopefully means that it's some quality scripts that she was given. So we'll see. But that's what we have on HBO. Any thoughts on any of those? I'm ready to move on.
We'll keep on going.
All right, we'll keep this unnamed vehicle moving. Amazon Prime Video, just a few here. First one's a miniseries coming out in March 3rd. Daisy Jones and the Six, apparently based on a book. 10 episodes, documentary style, about a fictional band, rock band, and the rise and music scene and the breakup after things don't go so well. So it's got Riley Keough as the lead in it.
Looks good.
We got a trailer for this. I thought it looked pretty good. It's a miniseries, which I think is nice. 10 episode kind of deal seems like a good way of doing things. But I think it's an interesting premise and an interesting way of making this show, it seems like. So I'm kind of interested.
Yeah, they make it kind of like a biopic or something for a fictional band. And the entire time I'm watching, I'm glad you said that it was a fictional band based off a book. Because I'm I don't know who the fuck Daisy Jones is. I've never heard of Daisy Jones.
I don't know who the fuck the Six are. Yeah. Well,
I don't know this song. And anyways, so
fake documentaries about fake bands have historically been successful. Yes, I'm talking about This Is Spinal Tap. So is this that? No, of course not. But maybe
it could be.
Maybe when we rate this one, we'll have to take things to 11 to capture how good it is. I don't know. We'll have to find out. Oh, it's got Timothy Olyphant in it. He plays Rod. He plays a guy named Rod. Rod. His name is Rod. That's a hell of a name right there, Rod.
We're gonna have to redo Bennett's room.
Rod. You just chuck it in there as a middle name, Bennett Rod. Good luck convincing Sarah on that one.
Yeah, I don't think she'll hop on board.
I wish you the best of luck. I think it seems that this fictional band is Fleetwood Mac inspired, is kind of the idea.
Vibes.
But vibes, but not literally kind of thing. So, looks good. Curious to check it out, probably. I say that. I notice that every time I do one of these episodes, I'm like, I'll check this out for sure. Flash forward to a year later.
I didn't watch that.
Nope. Didn't have time. Nope. I watched something else instead. I watched Halo instead. God damn it.
What a misstep.
I watched The Flash. I tried to catch up on The Flash again, and I failed miserably.
I got distracted. Squirrel. Halo what?
Invincible's coming back. Bet you're excited about that.
Yeah, don't get distracted by anything when Invincible comes out. You have to watch that.
All right, well, so I should watch the first season then, is what you're saying?
Yes. The first and second.
The second when it comes out. It says sometime in 2023, late 2023. We've got a fun little teaser thing with Invincible and Seth Rogen, Alien, having a little chit-chat over a burger.
And it does a delightfully deceitful job of making it seem like a
little bit of a lighter show than it actually is.
Yeah, you got like little anime characters like in the middle of the thing and whatever, it's like, we've been busy drawing and doing colors and blah, 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 blah. This is the most brutal fucking show you'll ever watch. We've been busy
animating entrails being removed and, forcefully, I might add.
Oh, man. What a 180 this show does. Invincible is an incredible show. I'm surprised
I think it was in your top of the year for 2021. I guess probably would have been. So yeah,
it's been a while. I'm very excited about season 2. You will very, very, very much like this show.
I think so too. I just gotta sit down and watch it.
Just gotta sit down and watch it. And listen, dude, one weekend you'll grind it out real quick. You won't want to stop.
Maybe.
You'll grind it out real quick. So, gotta hop on board. Very, very good show. Very excited about season 2.
Okay. Last but not least, on Amazon, Gen V, The Boysiverse, is expanding. This is a The Boys spinoff. Obviously, some crossover in cast, not a whole lot, but a different setting. So we got a little thing that they put out, advertising it, which is mostly, look how violent it is. It's violent like The Boys, in case you were thinking it might be a more teeny bopper version of The Boys. No. But it's young adult soups tested in battle royale challenges at this university, which is run by who else? Vought. So, I don't know if I need it. I guess we did get the Boys animated thing, which I didn't watch either, but
I watched like 2 episodes of that, and I bailed on it. I like The Boys. I like The Boys a whole lot.
Yeah, I don't know. It kind of feels like, I don't know.
It's kind of all I need.
Obviously, The Boys is very much making fun of a lot of the other superhero stuff, which has 19 different spinoffs and this and that. And it kind of feels like, well, if The Boys goes down that road too, it just kind of becomes the thing that it's making fun of in a certain way. So, no reason this can't be good, obviously, but I don't know.
I'm invested in the characters of The Boys. I don't know
who the fuck any of these clowns are. Like, am I going to care about annoying college kids, even if they do have superheroes? Like, I don't know. It's a hard sell. Whereas, you give me Carl Urban just swearing up a storm, in the first episode of The Boys, and I'm like, this is all I need. This is great. Yeah, right. There's no Carl Urban type in this trailer, right? That's it's instantly
not The Boys. Makes
you like, fuck yeah, I want to watch that. That guy's ridiculous.
It's gory.
Yeah, it's gory. The whole thing it's sold it on is, look how gory this is, and look, there's a poster of A-Train.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
It could be great, but I'm not. I don't know. I'm not picking up what it's putting down so far. So.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be a healthy wait and see approach to Gen V, I think, but we'll see. Could be good. All right. Let's keep going on the TV front just a little bit more here. A little bit, aka Netflix and Disney Plus. Disney Plus is a very long list, but Netflix, we've got a few, and a few of these we really don't have a lot of details on, so there's really not a whole lot to say right now. But a show that I think completely bypassed my attention, I figured I'd bring it up, is called Copenhagen Cowboy. It's a noir thriller TV show on Netflix created by Nicholas Winding Refn.
No way!
Who, he's the Drive guy, he's the Valhalla Rising guy, he's the Bronson guy. I don't even know what the fuck else he's done recently. I feel like I've been off him for a while.
Holy shit! It's what do we have?
I didn't even see that. So yeah,
I did see that one. I do like this fella. I like this fella a whole lot, actually.
I guess it makes sense now that I'm looking at it. It's a Danish language thing, which I think is probably in part why it hasn't had. I think, I've literally never heard of it, until doing the research for this episode, and I feel like it didn't get a whole lot of push from Netflix, maybe. And the reviews are decent. Again, not amazing, but solid enough. But yeah, he's I don't know. He's a good filmmaker, I think, overall. Really interesting stuff that he does, even if it's not always 100% successful. Like, this one's like crime thing. I don't know. Seems cool. Seems like a kind of deal. But
is there multiple seasons of this out, or is this just the first season that comes out?
Season 1, 6 episodes, dropped early January, and it's already all up there. So it's there. It's there.
I know what I think I know what I'm doing on Saturday. How about that?
All right. Well, that's one way to do it. So yeah, Copenhagen Cowboy. That's thought it sounded neat. Other than that, something that's already dropped, I believe, as well. That 90s show. It's the follow-up to that 70s show with Red and the other characters from that 70s show, which is a show that I honestly really didn't watch a lot of, but people love.
I saw my fair share of this show. One person will be missing. One kind of shitty person.
Is that the rapist?
Yeah.
Okay. Why didn't they bring him back? What happened? What's he up to? Did they just write his character off? He's in prison. He's off in prison.
He's not here. We
don't talk about it.
So
died on his way to his home planet.
The mechanic at work started the show the day it came out, and he was real excited about it. And he came back, and the next day I asked him how it was because he was talking about it all day. I'm going to go home and I'm going to watch it, blah, blah, blah. And he came in, and he had watched 4 episodes of what I believe is a 10-episode drop.
Yes.
And he was pretty disappointed about it.
Okay.
So I don't feel... I like the 70s show.
Kitty. Red and Kitty. How could I forget about Kitty? It's probably because I didn't really watch the show. It's probably why. But.
Yeah, Red and Kitty, husband and wife of.
It's basically
Eric.
them, and then it's their grandkids, aka the kids of the main cast of that 70s show, and whatever respective pairings ended up happening. So it's not for me, but I think that maybe it'll be disappointing if you are that 70s show fan, but it's a little nostalgia kind of thing that fine.
It just seems to be like a thing that everybody seems to be doing right now. Hey, let's take this 90s thing and let's make a sequel to it.
Yeah.
Anyways, I won't be watching it, but
I won't be either. But it's out there. You, I feel like you watched You at one point. Did you not?
I have seen, I think, all 3 seasons of You.
Okay, well, season 4 is coming.
I think. Let me see what happened in season 3 real quick while you're talking about it.
It's going to be split into 2 parts because why not? Starting February and then second part in March. Is that really a split? I guess because it's all at once. So you got 5 episodes February 9th, another 5 episodes March 9th, and then that's season 4 of You over on Netflix. I haven't watched any of it. So not really a thing for me. You is not a thing for me, but it might be a thing for you. People eat this show up for sure.
No, I definitely don't mind You. I like
thanks.
You.
I appreciate that.
At 21. I feel like we definitely finished this.
I think it's been a little while since the previous season. Yeah.
I do remember it now. I just read a thing of the episodes. Yeah. I think the first season of You is definitely the most compelling.
Okay.
But the characters themselves are interesting enough and kind of keeps you coming back. We'll be there for season 4. I'll finish it out. I mean, unless it turns into just straight shit, which it has not turned into straight shit yet. We'll be there.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Season 4. Cool.
Well, that's something else for you. The rest of these are vaguely 2023 sometime. Don't really have a lot of information on it. We're going to get a Tomb Raider anime, not a live action, a Tomb Raider anime with Haley Atwell voicing Lara Croft, which I think is cool. That sounds very neat. So I could see that being very cool. We're getting a couple live action adaptations of beloved properties. First of which is Avatar: The Last Airbender is getting a live action show.
Finally coming out this year, huh?
Finally coming out this year. We should be getting some more marketing on that at some point. They didn't put it in their. They didn't put it in their. Well, I guess we'll talk about their thing. They didn't put it in their film thing. It's the TV thing. They didn't really do, I think, an equivalent for. But Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that they've announced a lot of the cast members and stuff like that, and it all seems pretty well cast. It's just, you know, how do you capture the same magic in live action? I think that's a tall task, one that was failed miserably by one M. Night Shyamalan once upon a time. So the bar is quite low in terms of having to surpass that. But yeah, I don't know. You looking forward to it? Do you think that it could work in live action?
Oh yeah, totally could work.
All right, I'm curious to give it a go. Like, I would like to A, read the comics, and then B, watch Korra before I, you know, spend time with a live action version
I
of Avatar,
catch my first clip of Korra today on my Facebook. Like, you know how you have the videos that pop up when
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, a Korra clip popped up.
Okay,
and it was
good.
It was pretty fucking cool. I'm like, oh man, I need to watch this. I still have Enrique's like Korra set. Yeah, it's like, oh, I've had this for 3 years. I haven't watched it yet. So maybe 2023 is the year of Korra. Maybe I'll end up watching it.
I think I will probably watch it at some point because Anna wants to watch it, and so if Anna wants to do something, we usually do it. So. No, I want to watch it, so it works out well. One Piece getting it's also getting a live action adaptation.
Okay.
Now I reckon that you are not a big One Piece person. I don't know if you've
Is it the stretchy arm pirate?
Yes, that is the stretchy armed pirate. That's really all I know about it, other than it's got a million fucking video games and shit, and like it's super fucking popular. I know that, but I could not tell you anything about it other than that.
It's funny that we know the our knowledge of One Piece is the same. That's all I know, so I can't say I'm excited about it because I don't know anything about it other than the fact that he's a pirate with stretching arms.
Yeah, well, assuming that they manage to capture that particular aspect of it, then they're off to the right start in terms of making a successful adaptation. They put out a poster for it, which is just the guy with his arm, you know, in the air, and he's wearing the hat. I remember the hat.
I bet it looks like shit.
I've seen the hat before. I'll send it over to you, or you can look it up. Whatever's faster. I mean, it looks like the thing, which is it's a low bar, but it's the bar, I guess. So, I don't know. Could be fine.
His arm's not.
It's not as stretchy there, yeah.
Okay.
Because otherwise they would have to. Well, that's a good thing. Is how bad's the stretchy shit going to look? Like, we're going to have to deal with that problem whenever the Fantastic Four movie actually comes out. Like, how are we going to deal with this fucking stretchy arm bullshit? Like,
well, we saw a glimpse of it in
I guess that's true. Doctor Strange.
Yeah,
it's true. I think it's fine as long as it's covered by a costume. It's when it's fleshy that it gets icky. That's not great. Anyway, few more. Castlevania Nocturne is a maybe 2023 release. It's the
what is that?
Sequel to the Castlevania anime series on Netflix. So it's jumping ahead, I think, several decades, maybe a century. I don't know, some shit like that. It's a different Belmont that it'll be focusing on. It'll be focusing on Richter Belmont and Maria Renard, and I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that, you know what, they're probably gonna be fighting Dracula at some point. I'm just gonna
totally
say
fair.
it.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna fight Dracula, and they'll probably have to kill Dracula, and maybe Alucard will be back in it too, because he's also he's a vampire, kind of person. So it's gonna be set during the French Revolution in the late 1700s. So there you go. Storylines from Rondo of Blood and Symphony of the Night from the video games. That's where it's going.
I'll take it.
So
every
that's
day.
cool. Fuck yeah. Castlevania. Witcher Season 3 might be happening. 2023 might get a late drop. 2023. Last outing as Geralt of Rivia for Henry Cavill before we get old Liam Hemsworth taking over the sword and things, I guess.
Not real excited. Well, I mean, do you watch it even though you know?
Well, I didn't watch season 2, so probably not.
Did I watch season 2? I think I did.
I think you did. I think you watched it, but my enthusiasm is just completely gone to zero for this show in any way.
Yeah, I don't think I watch this anymore. I think we redevote energies.
Like, unless season 3 is basically a loose ending, in the sense that when you pick up with season 4, you're not really, like continuing the same storylines. Like, I don't know. Like if they finish the Geralt and Ciri storyline or something like that, then like fine, maybe you can treat season 3 as the ending and just move on with your life. In the way that like you could just say, you know what, Game of Thrones ended after season 4, didn't it? Yeah, I think it did. I think it did. If you could
Too much energy required. I'm not doing it. Witcher.
I think that's fair.
You're not taking me.
There's other shit out there. Right?
Not in 23. I'm going to watch something else.
And then lastly, on the Netflix front, Cobra Kai might be getting another season in 2023. It may end up getting pushed into 2024. We'll see. It'll be the 6th season of it, actually, and it will be the final season of Cobra Kai as well. It has been announced.
I will watch that.
So I'm still behind on Cobra Kai, but I do enjoy it greatly, and it's another one that I'll catch up on at some point in my life. Over on Disney+, yes, we got lots of Star Wars and Marvel stuff to talk about, but we got a few others that I'll shout out before we get there. First of which is Tiana, which is a Princess and the Frog TV show. And I recently watched The Princess and the Frog last year. It was very, very good. I think that I am excited to see a continuation of the universe, and I think they're bringing back, everyone that needs to be brought back for a Tiana show. I think that's cool. So I will look forward to that. This is an interesting one. It's called Iwaju, and Iwaju? I don't think we've talked about it. I don't think we've talked about it at all. It's an upcoming animated show. It's described as the first original long-form animated series produced by Walt Disney Animation Studios in its history, and basically, it's kind of got, I guess, Wakandan vibes in some ways, but basically it's set in a futuristic Nigeria, and it's going to explore deep themes of class innocence and challenging the status quo. And I think that it's a lot of African creatives that are involved in it, it just seems like a really kind of cool thing that they're doing. So I don't think we have a trailer or anything like that for it, but it just seems like a neat concept that I think could be pretty cool. So, yeah. Any thoughts on that?
What do they mean by like long? What'd you call it? Long-term animated? Long-form animated?
I assume like maybe like hour episode kind of things instead of your 20-minute, 30-minute kind of deals.
I mean, conceptually, I think it's cool. That's one thing that's kind of like never explored, right? Like it seems like we're one. I'm gonna go off on a tangent real quick. Hopefully, not too long of a tangent. But
okay.
You ever think like, I mean, because we're over here and I don't know what's going on over in Africa. Obviously, I've never been to Africa. But one would assume that Africa is not as interconnected and doesn't have the networking prowess of something like the United States, right? Or China or Japan or anything like that, right? You think of Africa as being kind of like just the bush, right? You think of it being just kind of not as technologically advanced. Imagine if you had the entire continent of Africa with the internet. Imagine all the people that would imagine the people that don't have access to the internet now having access to the knowledge of the internet. Imagine how the world changes.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Imagine just the wealth of ideas that are just like locked away and the world doesn't know, Mm-hmm. Anyways, I think about that from time to time. Anyways, what else do we have from Disney?
We have a Pixar series coming called Win or Lose, and I can tell you something about that. I think it's the first series from Pixar, if I'm not mistaken. All right, I think this one's also described as a long-form animated series. I think long-form is what they really just mean is one continuous story instead of each episode being a thing, which I guess is more uncommon for animated shows. Like usually animated shows are a contained storyline for one episode, and then the next one it's the same characters, but it's a totally different kind of thing. So I guess that's kind of the idea. Serialized storytelling, but within animation, I guess.
Okay.
But anyway, Win or Lose follows a co-ed middle school softball team called the Pickles in the week leading up to their big championship game, and each episode takes the same events from one member of it and shows their perspective. So it's kind of interesting,
Okay, that sounds like a cool storytelling kind of
a neat conceit that could I think is probably more easily achievable in a TV format. I think, we had Vantage Point, right? Was a movie where they were like, each person has their own perspective. We're going to go back 10 minutes and show you from this perspective. I'm like, that really kind of sucked. Like, I think that's a hard thing to pull off in a movie. I guess Rashomon or Last Jedi have kind of had similar things, but not quite like that. So, sounds kind of neat. Sounds kind of interesting. American-born Chinese. This is the last of the non-Star Wars, non-Marvel things that I
Is this also long-form animation?
Let's find out. I think it's live action, so probably not.
Okay.
It's an upcoming action comedy television series starring Michelle Yeoh and Ke Kwan and Stephanie Su. So 3 returning members from Everything Everywhere All at Once, which is fucking cool. It's about Jin Wang, who struggles with his school life and his home life and meets a new foreign exchange student at his school, which leads to him becoming involved in a battle between gods of Chinese mythology.
That sounds rad as fuck. I am all about that.
It's
yes.
It looks like an all, if not principally all, Asian cast. It looks like Asian creators. So
mythology, period. Cool. I don't care where from the world it comes.
Yeah. So that's what you got.
Is this and this is animated as well? Yes.
No, I think this is live action.
That's what you said. Here. That's what, yes. Otherwise it would have been long form.
It's a long form live action series, of which we've had plenty of those in history, and particularly on Disney as well. So yeah. Okay. That sounds neat. Look, you tell me Michelle Yeoh, Ke Kwan, and Stephanie Su are in a project together. Like, okay, all right, great. More, please. But yes, let's move on. We got a lot of Star Wars stuff coming up. Some Star Wars stuff that's already started. The Bad Batch has started. Did the research. Started it. It started in 2023, so it is fully just a 2023 show. And I believe it's still going. I think we still got part of the season left to air. So season 2 of The Bad Batch is happening. We're going to be getting The Mandalorian season 3 in just about a month's time.
My goodness.
Beginning of March, we got an official trailer for The Mandalorian season 3, and I'm not sure that it really gave us any more than that we could have already surmised of it's Mando and he's got Grogu and there's other Mandalorians, but we know that he's going to Mandalore. We know that there's a Babu Frick-like creature.
Babu Frick?
And we know that was it the fucking the Jabba's thing, whatever that. We know that there's one of those in it too. So
yeah. That's good. That was a good impression.
We know that, and there was a little flashback to I saw some lightsabers igniting, prequel era kind of shit. I don't know, man. It's the fucking Mandalorian. All right, it's pretty fucking cool. Maybe Andor has raised the bar for Star Wars TV, but the Mandalorian.
There's always a place for fucking Mando,
hearts, right?
Yeah, always a place for Mando.
So I'm stoked. I'm looking forward to the Mandalorian. Yeah. I think it's been a year plus since we've had a proper Mando. Yes, we had Boba Fett. We had an episode and a half with the Mandalorian in there, and yes, that was the best part of Boba Fett. But a proper,
Mando,
proper Johnny V Mando. Okay, all right, I want it.
It is time. This is the way.
Presumably, this one doesn't have Gina Carano in it anymore, so even better. She's too busy. She's too busy making her.
She's on that.
She's making her Ben Shapiro movies.
It's on that movie where about the person that gets touched to snip the hair or whatever. Yeah. Oh God, I shouldn't joke about that. She's getting paid more than I am, so maybe that's okay.
That's probably true, unfortunately. Anyway, what else are we getting? We're getting Ahsoka. We're getting the Ahsoka show. That's the Dave Filoni led one.
Live action or long form animated?
It's a long form live action Ahsoka show with Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka, bringing in they cast someone to play Sabine. They cast someone to play Ezra. So it's a live action Rebels sequel, is what it seems.
Oh
like.
My goodness!
Obviously a Mando adjacent / connected thing too.
If it has Ezra,
it does. I can tell you that it does.
It will have. You know who else it will have?
The Grand Admiral himself.
It has to have the Grand Admiral himself.
Yeah.
Has to have Thrawn in it. Has to. They have to acknowledge Thrawn in some capacity.
I have to imagine Thrawn will be involved in some capacity.
Oh my goodness. That'll blow everybody. It's going to blow everybody's socks off. If Admiral Thrawn is live action, it will blow everyone's socks off. It will be the best.
I will finish Rebels before I watch Ahsoka. That's
good on you, dude. Good on you.
That's my goal.
Okay.
I've watched 2 seasons. It's more than I had watched probably at this point a year ago or something like that. So yeah, there's that. And then we're maybe also getting Star Wars Skeleton Crew this year, which is another TV show. It is the Jude Law led one. It's the same John Watts that's making it. He's the Spider-Man guy. He's got the Spider-Man trilogy with Tom Holland. It's a coming of age story, kind of like a Stranger Things-y kind of thing with a younger, skewed cast, Goonies-esque, I guess, as well. I think is how it's been described in some ways. With Jude Law, obviously, he's not part of the younger cast. He's a very handsome man. He is absolutely. I was going to say in his 40s. Turns out he's actually 50. So he looks very good for 50, but he does not pass for a teenager these days.
He passes for a fucking Jedi, though. I see him with a beard.
He could pass for a Jedi. He could pass for a Dumbledore, perhaps, too. So yeah, Star Wars Skeleton Crew, another kind of thing. And I think it was within the same time frame as The Mandalorian, the post-Return of the Jedi era. So I think it's kind of in the same framework as the Mandoverse, that sort of thing. And then we should be getting season 2 of Star Wars Visions. Getting some more Japanese animated shorts. Crazy shit. Fucking twins with lightsaber fucking things and breathing in space and like whatever else. I'd be curious to see if the Ronin. I'll be curious to see if we get continuations. Like some studios pick up the stories that they started. Some I don't need. I don't need more of the Tatooine band, but some would be cool.
Would you take more of Mega Man? Mega Man?
Yeah, I fucking love Mega Man. I'm not going to say
that Mega Man episode was far better than I thought it was going to be. I started out pissed. God damn it, I don't want to watch this episode. And then it turned out to be really good. I love Star Wars Visions. That was, man, what a surprise.
Yeah, that was awesome. So I'd love to see more. And even if it's not continuing things, I think that's fine. Originality is appreciated too, for sure. So, yeah, that's what we got on the Star Wars front. Lots of Star Wars things, I think, to look forward to 2023. And, of course, plenty on the Marvel side of things to close out our TV stuff. Secret Invasion is coming.
Oh, snap.
That's right, Nick Fury. He's in it. He's giving you free Sam Jackson signed cards as a reward. I was gonna wait until we got to something else before I asked this question, but is playing Snap making you more excited for Marvel things that involve characters that you play as?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It was. I don't know if you know this or not, but we when we did the Christmas special and I saw Cosmo, I told Sarah, hey, you see that dog? That's Cosmo. I play Cosmo in Marvel Snap. Here, this is what the card looks like.
Yeah, that one guy, I really liked him, and he's in this, and then I play Cosmo, and I fuck everything up. It's great. It's good times. Good times for all, except for the Wong guy. The Wong guy immediately retreats. He's pissed. Secret Invasion. Yeah, it's the Nick Fury, what he's been up to kind of thing. Skrulls, aliens, whatnot. Ben Mendelsohn's back. Kobe Smulders is in it. It's got Khaleesi in it. She's in it. And there's no date for this. Early 2023. It's a 6-episode deal. It will not quite kick off Phase 5, but I think it'll be the first television project for Phase 5 of the MCU. We did get that trailer a while back, and it has a very thrillery, spy thrillery kind of tone. Winter Soldier.
Yeah, totally.
Which I think is very cool. I think it looks fucking awesome. So I'm very much looking forward to it.
Yes.
Secret Invasion, look forward to. But that's not all, of course. We have Season 2 of Loki. Bringing back Loki. Bringing back Sylvie. Bringing in Ke-Huy Quan. Ke-Huy Kwan's in that one, too. They're just putting him in all these things because they realized, oh, shit, this guy's awesome. Put him in things. Loki Season 1 was obviously very good. Very, very good television. And it left it in a place where things were real bad for the multiverse and timeline, and it feels like Loki Season 2 is like a wide open thing with maybe Kang's involved in some capacity. Like, I don't know. Obviously, we'll be seeing Kang very soon, at least a version of Kang very soon. But Loki, man, that was
kicked off the whole freaking next two phases of Marvel.
It really was kind of the setup for all the multiverse fuckery that is kind of that we've had, and we know will presumably come to pass in something called the multiverse saga, as they've dubbed phases 4, 5, and 6. So,
and something that still gives me goosebumps is thinking about fuck, I can't remember what he says. I wish I could pull it, but I can't. I can't remember exactly what he says. Old man Loki.
Oh, right.
Like making
when he makes
Asgard
like his last stand or whatever.
Yeah, just recreating Asgard from his memory. It's just
it's a
glorious purpose. That's it.
Yeah.
Glorious purpose. Oh man, awesome. Awesome stuff.
Summer 2023, we'll be getting season 2 of Loki, and it's a good time to watch season 1 if you haven't already.
Summer 23 is gonna be stacked. Specifically around after I have a newborn baby, it's going to be problematic because I might not be able to be a dad in July. Things are happening in July this year, and it's I'm going to have to take a break.
Oh well, kid can raise itself.
That's it. I'm going into the movie theater with a baby strapped to my chest is what I'm doing.
Okay, all right. No such thing as babysitters, no sir. Let that kid wail the whole time.
I'll be that parent at the Lego movie when the kids are running back and forth.
You just do nothing, you mean? Just sit there. They're kids. What are they going to do? There's nothing. I can personally do nothing to stop this. I am useless. I am powerless in this situation. Whatever could I do here? Ironheart. We'll be getting the Ironheart TV show. Obviously, we were introduced to Ironheart in Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. She's getting her own show. Was she in Chicago, I think, for Ironheart, I think is where it is. We'll be getting the Hood. You've seen the Hood in Marvel Snap. He's going to be at least one of the villains in it. So
-2 summoning a demon.
He's going to summon some demons, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I'm looking forward to it. I liked what they did with her character, and I thought she was a nice inclusion, a nice setup within Wakanda Forever. Excited to see more of her, kind of standing on her own 2 legs and doing her own thing and her own show, which sounds cool.
She's a fabulous card to play in Marvel Snap as well.
It's true. You got to power up everyone around you. 3 cards. Good stuff. Every time about Marvel stuff from now on, all we're going to do is talk about their Snap equivalent. Although we're going to struggle shortly because there's someone that is not in Snap yet, but they keep adding cards, so it's just a matter of time. Someone that is also in Snap is Agatha Harkness. She's gonna take over your whole fucking hand and play like dog shit. Why are you doing that? Why would you put your card? What? Why did you do that? Why would you put that there? Why do you keep playing on the lane that kills every card that you play there?
What are you doing, Agatha?
Agatha, Coven of Chaos.
I'm very excited about this.
Yeah, WandaVision spinoff, bringing back Catherine Hahn as Agatha Harkness, and. Yeah, I mean, kind of I think truly reactionary, probably unplanned kind of show in the sense that I don't think anyone expected WandaVision and Agatha to take off in the way that it did. Agatha all along obviously blew up for a time there, and so she's getting her own fucking show. And hey, Catherine Hahn's great. She's awesome in that show. She's awesome in general. I think she's absolutely got what it takes to lead her own Marvel show, and I think it's like witches. Like that's a cool thing for Marvel too. At the same time, like cool. We don't get that a whole lot. Like, okay, we'll get, presumably the Hood dealing with demons and shit like that, which is kind of a new thing in Ironheart. Magic versus tech kind of thing could be interesting. But Agatha, that's just magic, baby. Magic all around. Crazy magic, chaos magic,
and it's got Aubrey Plaza in it.
And it's got Aubrey Plaza. I think maybe playing the villain is what it seems to be.
Oh, so,
that sounds fucking cool. Yeah,
very excellent.
Very, very excellent. But Echo, I don't think we have a card for Echo in Marvel Snap, so we don't know what she's capable of. But we know what she's capable of from seeing her in Hawkeye. She's getting her own spinoff, which I think is expected to debut later in the year. I think Charlie Cox and Vincent D'Onofrio are supposed to be in it in some capacity, but I do think it's intended to be kind of a truly standalone Echo show as well. So show me more. I liked her introduction and Hawkeye. I thought she was impactful, interesting backstory with Kingpin and all that. So yeah, I'm down for that. So I think on the live action TV side of things, that's what we have for Disney Plus. We have 5 planned shows for the year.
Going to be a stacked year, man. It's awesome.
I think we'll have some good ones in there for sure. I think Secret Invasion and Loki are probably my most anticipated of those 5. I think personally, but
yeah, no, it's
I will watch them all.
Totally good picks.
I can safely say I will watch them all and mean it and know that I'm not lying because I will. On the animated side of things, to wrap things up, Marvel's Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Great combo and Snap, obviously.
I finally found the perfect counter to Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, and I rock it all the time.
Okay. Was that Enchantress?
No, that is the fucking guy with the hammer.
Ronan. Yeah,
I play Ronan. I play Ronan and Mystique.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a perfect counter because it equals the same shit. And then I play Mystique, and it's like I have 2 fucking hammers. Anyways.
Yeah, that's true. What'd you think about Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur, the show, aka the not Snap version? I think it's a very kind of children-oriented show from the looks of it, but
it's very loud. The animation's very loud.
Okay. Too loud?
It's not that it's too... I mean, I don't want to say that it's too loud, because I could be... It just depends on how it's written. Because if it's written well and it's loud and it kind of like plays into it, then that's totally okay. If it's just loud for the sake of being loud, I don't think I'll like it. Because the animation is a lot to kind of fucking watch. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I kind of feel like this needs to be like 5-minute episodes, like
yes,
like the 2D Clone Wars or whatever it was, where I feel like it was just like little bite-sized things, or like I don't know, like it's so bombastic almost that like it's gonna hurt my eyes after a few minutes of watching it. So I agree. I think it's a really cool style and it's neat looking. I mean,
but I'm not watching 30 minutes of this. I can't process 30 minutes.
I don't think my brain would do well with that. I think it's a good show. I think it really is designed for children principally. Not that that's a bad thing, obviously, but I don't know that it's really intended for me, and you know what, that's okay too. But I'll have other animated things to pick up the slack. Like What If Season 2. What?
I'm all about it. I mean, we'll see what happens. Obviously,
yeah, there's an infinite amount of directions that they could go. They could literally do anything they fucking wanted to. So we'll see what they come up with. For
one, really, really, really enjoyed What If Season 1. Yeah. I am all about What If Season 2. So real excited.
I know we're at least getting What If Tony Stark went to Sakaar instead of the Hulk, and was a gladiator. So that could be cool. That could be cool.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was supposed to be part of Season 1, but they didn't finish it in time, so they had to push it out. So that's how I know
that's cool.
So yeah, we'll be getting What If, and we'll be getting X-Men 97, the continuation to the 90s X-Men, the animated series.
So this is a direct sequel?
It's a direct sequel to the original series. Yep. I think most of the voice cast as well. So if you ever missed hearing, "You egg-sucking piece of gutter trash," you've come to the right place. This one's for you, Morph! If you ever missed the meme of Wolverine on the bed holding the picture in frame,
yes! Oh, man.
You're going to get more of that. You're going to get more of that goodness.
Excellent. I tried to watch it the other night, and I queued it up into the... It's only Season 1. I'm not very far. But Season 1, it plays into it has the Phoenix saga. And it's got Professor X, like he's like shaking around in his bed. Oh, what are you doing? Oh no, why are they chasing you? And I was trying to watch it with Sarah. I'm like, hey babe, why don't we watch X-Men? And she goes, I'm not watching this. Like, oh, this is great. Anyways, there's a little boy coming down the pipeline. I'm all about it. We're gonna be watching a lot of X-Men.
I am slowly moving through the original X-Men show so that by the time 97 comes around, I'm there. Like, it's all recent memory. I'm good.
Are they animating it the same? Do you know? Do they have anything on?
Yeah, I think it's the same. I think they're really trying to mimic the same style and everything. Like, I think it's really intended to be a true continuation in every way imaginable. So
incredible. Yes.
I'm glad Kevin Feige loves that show because because I do too, and I'm looking forward to more of it.
God bless
Spider-Man
him. That fucking machine, that AI up in Hollywood.
Yeah. Kevin.
Anyways, we are halfway through this episode now.
Yeah. We got some films to talk about. You ready to talk about some films?
Yeah. Let's dive into the films.
I actually think that I don't know. I feel like we're not it's a little front loaded. We have a lot more information on things coming out in the first part of the year. And then the back half of the year is kind of just like, this is a thing that's coming out. Okay.
That's true. We'll fly through the back end of the year.
So I think that even though it maybe seems long-winded right now, I think that we'll fly through some of these things. Let's kick off with the streaming films, of which we have a lot less on the docket this year than last year, which is probably why we went for 4 hours then. So we don't think we'll do that again this time. So Netflix.
The Machine.
The Machine continues. We got a Save the Dates 2023 films preview, which, in my opinion, showed off a lot of dog shit. Maybe you disagree.
We're going to start off with the first one. I won't be saving the date.
A lot of shit in there. Some things that are interesting, but a lot of shit. I don't think I actually transcribed the full list. I think I tried to pull the ones that seemed vaguely interesting, maybe for this reason or that reason, and so maybe I forgot one. But I think, at least starting from this, because there's one trailer that they didn't include for something else, which I think looks fucking ridiculous, and we'll get to that, I guess, last. March 10th, Luther the Fallen Sun. That's something you're probably interested in.
Yes, I will be watching that. I think I'm caught up on Luther. I haven't not seen an episode in, it feels like many years. But
they did a season 5, I think, within the past few years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, it's at least been a couple, I feel like. But yeah. I think I've seen, 3 or 4 seasons, maybe?
Yeah, and they're all like 3 episodes or whatever kind of thing.
Yeah,
so
they're awesome, but they are awesome. The quality is unparalleled. It is an awesome show, and we're getting this Fallen Sun movie, and I will definitely be on board for it. So, very excited. I will save my date, March 10th.
Idris Elba, and it's got Andy Serkis. I think he's the villain.
The villain, so, yeah. And I think it's also got that redhead chick. I can't remember her name.
Alice or whatever.
Yes, Alice is almost like your Lecter,
right? Alice Morgan.
Yeah, she's your She's your Luther consults her, and it's kind of like I don't know. It's just cool. It's a cool show. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it.
Definitely very cool, and do recommend it. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of it. I think I might be one season behind, so I feel like I could conceivably watch the 2 or 3 episodes of that season and roll right into this. But March 10th, we're getting Luther the Fallen Sun. That's cool. May 12th, we're getting The Mother. It's J-Lo, but it's like a serious role for J-Lo. She's a mother. I think
she can do pull-ups.
She can do pull-ups, which is, hey, you know what? I bet
That's more than I can do.
So
right.
I can't knock that, obviously. She's an assassin that comes out of hiding to protect her daughter that she left earlier in life, I guess, to go off and be an assassin kind of thing.
Okay.
Same director as the Disney Mulan. So, I don't know, could be something. It looks better than some of the other ones in this little sizzle reel, I think.
Okay, yeah.
Should we just talk about the bad ones? I mean, the Adam Sandler one looked bad. The Zac Efron and Nicole Kidman one looked horrendous.
Which one was that one? Did I miss that one?
The Family Affair or something. I don't even know what it's called.
Is that the one where the chick hits her, she tries to run out the door and she hits her head on the door frame?
Smacks her face. Okay. Yeah, it's very exaggerated and bad.
Shit.
Real bad stuff. Extraction 2, June 16th. Tyler Rake is back, my dude. Chris
throw that
Hemsworth,
fucking axe.
he's throwing some axes. He's probably going to be killing more kids, you know, doing Tyler Rake things, right? You know?
I forgot about that, kicking the shit out of those kids by his car.
They were trying to kill him. I mean, it's fair, you know? So I can't blame the man. What's he supposed to do? Just die? I mean, come on.
No, kick the shit out of those kids.
Just kick the shit out of those kids, man. It's not a big deal.
That was good.
I'll watch it. I mean, you know, it was a classic, like, I feel like that was like a quintessential COVID movie of, God damn it, all right, I guess we turned to Netflix for salvation this year. So it probably won't be as quite dire straits in June, you know, when we've got some other releases to look forward to. But hey, Extraction 2 will be there waiting for us, June 16th.
Awesome.
August 11th, Gal Gadot, Jamie Dornan, Heart of Stone. Little action-y thing. What do you think about that?
I'm not buying any of this. I don't know.
Okay. Well, what about Damsel? Millie Bobby Brown, but she's not Enola Holmes this time. She's a badass lady.
Oh,
with a sword.
this looks. Is this the one with the dragon?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Dragon.
Oh, I don't know about this one. This one looks real shit.
I don't really know a whole lot about this one.
It looks real bad.
Young woman agrees to marry a handsome prince, only to discover it was all a trap. She's thrown into a cave with a fire-breathing dragon, must rely solely on her wits and will to survive. Well, when you know it. Yeah.
Asshole.
Ray Winstone plays the king, and I bet he's going to be the most fucking cockney king in the world. Just like he was in Black Widow, where he played a cockney Russian.
Yeah, oof.
October 27th, Pain Hustlers, Emily Blunt, Chris Evans, the thing, the one with the thing, and the people in it. It's got the thing and the people.
I don't remember this one at all. Let's
see. Let me tell you about it. After losing her job, a woman who's struggling to raise her daughter takes a job out of desperation. She begins working at a failing pharmaceutical startup, but what she doesn't anticipate is the dangerous racketeering scheme she's suddenly entered.
Yeah, I don't know.
Directed by David Yates, the director of 19,000 Harry Potter movies. So maybe once he's allowed to escape from Harry Potter, you know, maybe he can do something. Based on a book. But it's a good cast. Andy Garcia as well. Catherine O'Hara. So
maybe
good cast.
maybe okay.
Cast.
I feel like
maybe.
I do feel like she wouldn't have signed on if it was shit.
You'd like to think that.
Because I mean,
right?
she it's not like she's acting in everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with that one.
All right. I think one on here that I think we didn't really get a whole lot of in this, but we did get a little bit of it, but I think is very exciing, is a movie called The Killer. It's a David Fincher film coming to Netflix, based off of a French graphic novel series. And I don't know what it's about, other than it's Michael Fassbender playing a killer.
Michael Fassbender?
Let me finger
I'll do the fingering. He plays an assassin who begins to psychologically crack as he develops a conscience, even as his clients continue to demand his skills. So it's Barry, but serious. Barry, but not. He doesn't go to an acting class.
Okay.
All right. I mean, if it wasn't David Fincher, maybe I would think I'll just stick with Barry. But I trust Fincher. I would definitely check that out. That's in November, and then also in November is a little animated movie called Leo. It's a little animated.
Oh, about the lizard. Yes,
lizard named Leo. It's a musical comedy.
Okay, and then we have Rebel Moon,
and then we have Zack Snyder's Star Wars, Rebel Moon. Did you notice, like, everything is like, you know, like everything has this background music, but then when Rebel Moon comes along, they take away the background music. Like, this is the real shit.
I did.
We know. We know what you're here for. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. I'm surprised it's not even called Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. It should be called that, obviously, because it's Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon. Whose else could it be?
They were very pumped about Rebel Moon. Music composed by Junkie XL, by the way. Rebel Moon.
I feel like that's all he does is Zack Snyder movies these days. But Good on them.
Good on Junkie.
Good on Junkie, Mr. Tom, Hulkenborg, something like that.
What? Is that his name?
Yeah, that's why he goes by Junkie XL.
Tom Hulkenborg.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, look, I'll probably watch this because it feels like a thing that probably will need to be watched. But
don't want to miss the cab.
Not really looking forward to it either. Like just the Zack Snyder aspect of it. Of just think he's a shitty filmmaker, and the cult that follows him is insufferable. I don't know. But he's not a terrible director. I think he's just a bad writer and just a 13-year-old boy fundamentally, mentally. So, we'll see.
Well, it says he's a lifelong Star Wars film, and this was supposed to be, or he's a lifelong Star Wars fan, and he intended Rebel Moon as a Star Wars movie.
And went to Disney,
and
Disney
pitch it
was
as
like, no.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that, dude. No. What the fuck? So we'll see what happens with Rebel Moon.
We'll see what happens, won't we? Well, that'll be December 22nd, Rebel Moon. We'll close the year with a bang. Over on Disney Plus, just one, Peter Pan and Wendy is coming.
Okay.
It's another Peter Pan. It's about Peter Pan and Wendy. Perhaps you've heard of them. Have you heard of them by any chance? Now here's where I might get you excited about Peter Pan and Wendy. It's directed by David Lowery, the director of The Green Knight.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe it's a pretty fucking cool Peter Pan and Wendy. He did Pete's Dragon a few years prior to that, so it's not like his first time doing like a Disney thing. But I think that was supposed to be pretty good. I think that was the Robert Redford one that was supposed to be pretty decent. I thought. I didn't actually watch it. That said, but okay, a Peter Pan take with him. Cool.
And to be complete,
and it's live action.
I don't have a problem with Peter Pan. I think Peter Pan's a fabulous story. Much like I think Pinocchio is a wonderful story.
Yeah, there are ways to take these classic animated films that are classic for a reason and do them right. In a live action format.
Right.
Maybe you're not reinventing the wheel, but you can still do it well. Or maybe reinvent the wheel in some extent. Don't Lion King it, but at the same time, don't Pinocchio it, I guess. Or there's a way to do it. Like Beauty and the Beast, pretty good. Cinderella, pretty good. Aladdin, and pretty surprisingly fucking good. There's ways to do these.
That handsome man that you were talking about earlier, he's in this this Peter Pan. He's Captain Hook.
Jude Law. Jude Law's Hook.
Yeah.
Okay. I can have fun with that.
We'll see what happens, because they could really shit it up. I'd almost feel a little bit better if it was Netflix's Peter Pan. You know what I mean? After they took Pinocchio.
Well, Guillermo del Toro's Peter Pan.
That would be incredible. Holy shit! Could you imagine that? You could almost make it completely figurative.
If every year we got dueling versions of Disney movies versus Guillermo del Toro versions, I would be 100% down for that.
Oh man, that's what he needs to do. His next venture needs to be a Peter Pan movie.
Hello,
and
Mr. Disney.
I feel like a Peter Pan movie. A Peter Pan movie. He's already done Peter Pan. Peter Pan is Pan's Labyrinth. I think that is a Peter Pan movie. I think, in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, what man! That would be awesome. Anyways, I'm getting off in the weeds again. Too many. I don't even know what the fuck I'm drinking anymore. It's just
some sort of concoction.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's
Disney Plus, I guess.
Last of the streaming things, Apple TV Plus. Just a few to mention here. The film called, I believe it's Argylle, and I encourage you to Google it and peruse over to the Google images. And see what they did to our boy Henry Cavill. See how Matthew Vaughn butchered our boy. I think our listeners will know it when you get there.
What the fuck is this?
I encourage our listeners, pause.
He looks like fucking Phoenix from Tekken.
ARG. Paul Phoenix, some Paul Phoenix ass shit right there.
Never seen anything like this. What the fuck is going on here?
Why did they do that to him? What does Matthew Vaughn hate? Did Henry Cavill fuck Matthew Vaughn's wife? Is that what happened? This is his long revenge.
Oh man. What is this?
It's about a world-class spy suffering from amnesia who's tricked into believing he's a best-selling spy novelist. So it's a little
Who's
sizzle
put
for you.
this out? What is this? What is this
It's on Apple TV Plus. It is from Matthew Vaughn of the Kingsman and the Kingsman 19 Kingsman sequels and prequels that it's had. X-Men First Class, Kick-Ass, Stardust, Layer Cake, Matthew Vaughn. Not Matthew Vaughn. He's the one doing this.
Well, we are subscribing to Apple TV Plus this year.
Right.
Just to see Henry Cavill as Paul Phoenix with this fucking green turtleneck looking suit. Oh my goodness me. I've never seen anything quite like it.
What is this? What is this look? When we do the episode art, it's just going to be this. Just be this screen cap.
I can't believe this happened.
Oh god, it's hilarious. Argylle, coming out sometime this year. It's gonna be the first of a trilogy, apparently.
No, stop.
Do you think Henry Cavill signed the contract before he knew about the hair? Is that what happened here? Maybe they'll recast it with Liam Hemsworth for 2 and 3.
I think he signed this contract and then they kicked him off of Witcher and he said, fuck it, I'm just making my own shit. I'm making Warhammer.
I'm making Warhammer. I'm done with his hair. I'm done with fucking everyone ruining everything that I get involved in. Done.
I can't even look at it anymore. Fuck, I'm crying.
Well, Ridley Scott's up to his old tricks. He's making more movies. He's making a Napoleon movie about Napoleon Bonaparte.
Get Henry Cavill to play Napoleon.
Henry Cavill as Paul Phoenix as Napoleon.
Oh, fuck. I see it when my eyes are shut. I see Henry Cavill when my eyes are shut.
No, it's not Henry Cavill. It's Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon. Joaquin Phoenix as Napoleon. It depicts his rise to power through the lens of his addictive and volatile relationship with Empress Josephine, played by Vanessa Kirby. Hey, it's Ridley Scott doing more historical shit. He did it pretty well with like The Last Duel. It was a pretty good movie despite the hair. Despite the hair in that movie. If you want to talk about hair in movies, that's another good one to talk about.
I don't think it... You know, I'm just going to put this out there.
Yes,
and I don't mean to like go back, but I Google Napoleon Apple Plus.
Yeah.
The first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Within the first 10 pictures is a picture of Henry Cavill in a green suit with fucking Paul Phoenix hair.
It's in your algorithm now. It's just going to pop up in every search you ever make from now on.
And then the 12th picture is fucking Henry Cavill. He's everywhere. Anyways,
you can't escape the hair. Anyways, how do you feel about a Ridley Scott Napoleon movie? Are you up for that?
Okay, that's getting made. I don't think I'll watch it, to be honest.
All right, fair enough.
Especially if that weekend consists of Napoleon or Argylle. I'm watching Argylle. I mean, which one would you watch?
I don't know if I can make it through all of Argylle looking at Henry Cavill. I don't know if I can do it. I think it's going to be a struggle, but, fuck it, man. I'm going to give it a go. So, yeah, I guess it might be Argylle. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Oh, we have
to depart ourselves from Apple TV.
We must move away. Last one, Killers of the Flower Moon. It is a Martin Scorsese film.
Okay,
and,
that's something.
It's got Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Jesse Plemons, Brendan Fraser, John Lithgow.
Holy shit!
Pretty good fucking cast. Based on a nonfiction book, which is based on a series of 1920s Oklahoma murders in the Osage Nation committed after oil was discovered on tribal land. So it sounds pretty interesting.
Killers of the Flower Moon, the Osage murders and the birth of the FBI.
Osage. Sorry.
Osage murders and the birth of the FBI.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is the birth of the FBI.
Yeah.
Maybe, according to
roughly around that
book.
time, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds really fucking cool.
It's got a cast.
More excited for this than the last Scorsese thing I saw, which would have been I Heard You Paint Houses or whatever that one was called. The Irishman.
I thought it was The Irishman. Yeah,
The Irishman.
Okay.
I couldn't remember what the actual title was. It was based off a
long
book
movie
called
with, like,
I Heard You Paint
fucking
Houses.
people.
Yeah, it was fine. It was fine, but it was fucking long. I'm sure this one will be long too, but it sounds more interesting. I'm okay with long as it's interesting. That's the key. So that's it for the streaming side of things, and I think for the most part, we're kind of back to principally theatrical releases. Obviously, Netflix is doing its own thing, and some of those Netflix movies will get their limited theatrical windows for a week or whatever. But for the most part, I think like Disney Plus is even going away from Pixar drops and stuff like that. Like I think we're kind of back to a theaters first kind of run. I think the back end is shorter overall, but yeah.
Your goal this year is to watch more television.
Yes.
My goal is to make more of a concerted effort to go to the theater.
Okay.
So.
Well, we got a few January ones to talk about momentarily, so we'll check in on how well you're doing thus far. But
not doing good.
So January. I mean, obviously we're working backwards here a little bit, but we've had some entries in January that are noteworthy, I would argue. So started the year off with a bang on the 6th. We got M3gan.
Body yaddy 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 yaddy. I have not. It's popped up on the Plex. I will watch it.
I think it's on VOD and stuff now too. So I think it's still in theater. I think they did all right for itself. But is it? Are you going to do it? Are you going to take?
Yeah,
the
I definitely want to watch it. It looks like
pretty good reviews. I think so.
It looked.
I mean, it looked ridiculous, but
it looked ridiculous. It looked like it was self-aware though, and I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see it, to be honest.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Maybe we'll circle back around and cover M3gan. I don't know. We'll see. We could do that. January 13th brought us a movie called Plane. I mean...
What about my family?
What the fuck? I will say, I didn't think this movie looked that bad. It looked generic as all hell. Jerry Butler doing his generic action movie gruff thing. Mike Coulter, Luke Cajun about and whatever. Like, fine. The title is Plane. Like, this shit barely even takes place on a plane. What are we doing? Like, I don't know.
Plane crashes, though, dude.
There is a plane, and the plane
and
crashes.
He's a pilot.
And he's a pilot. And Luke Cage is a murderer. Mike Coulter's
yeah, it's totally
he's indistinguishable for me. He's
it's
just
a fucking pitch black fucking thing kind of going on.
That's true. Yeah, I don't know. Again, it looks generic and like okay, and it's gotten pretty solid reviews for like what it is. But I'm like, plane. Like,
I lost it when the guy's like, "What about your kids and your family?"
He says, "What about their kids and their family?"
Like, okay. Okay.
Oh man. Anyway,
this movie looks like shit. I will not be watching Plane.
So you'll skip Plane. M3gan gets the check. Plane gets the. I'm going to skip down to the next line. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I'm done with Plane.
All right.
Gerard Butler.
This past weekend, January 27th, we got Infinity Pool, which we haven't talked about, I think, at all to this point. Trailer came out a little while back. It's a Brandon Cronenberg film. He is the son of David Cronenberg, who did that film you quite enjoyed recently, Crimes of the Future.
Yeah, this one has infinitely more relatable content. So
yeah,
it might be something cool.
This is the guy that did Possessor a couple of years back, which I think
was wild.
Enjoyed, but definitely a wild movie. This one looks wild as well. Infinity Pool. What did you think about the trailer for it? Does it seem like something that you
Yeah, totally.
Wanna see?
Looks
Up your
looks
alley?
intriguing.
Alexander
I
Skarsgård.
would-
He's no longer the Northman, but he's still popping up in weird shit, doing weird things.
Yeah, cool. Right, good on him. It's also got that chick from X, which I watched.
Mia Goth. Yeah.
Yep. It does look. My biggest gripe with his dad, David Cronenberg. Is that his name?
I think it is. I'm going to double check that because it sounds wrong in my brain, but
It doesn't come off the Cronenberg before him, the one that did The Fly.
David Cronenberg. Is that what I said?
David. Yeah, I think that's
Did
what
I
you
say
said.
David? I don't remember what I said.
I said David.
Okay.
Brandon
well,
is his son. Brandon
Brandon
Cronenberg
is his
his
son. Yes.
Okay. So David Cronenberg's Crimes of the Future was that I had there was nothing to really stake me into any of the characters.
Just weird
this
for the
movie
sake of
does
being
seem-
weird kind of thing.
Exactly. This movie seems out there and weird, but
But it starts off
and-
normal.
And it seems like it starts off normal, right?
And then it goes into,
kind of builds
goes
up.
off the deep end, as you go. Yeah.
And I'm okay with it going into the deep end. I just don't want to jump into the deep end all at once. And sometimes I do, just not in the way that last movie did. So anyways, I could bite off an infinity pool. I think it could be a pretty cool movie.
Yeah. I'd say so too. Yeah, I would be curious to give this one a go.
Yeah. So maybe before the what would we? Well, I guess it's the end of January. So
It is the end of January. I mean, we'll talk about what's coming out in February. I don't know that there's a whole lot that we're super looking forward to, at least for a couple of weeks. So we could play some
maybe
catch up on the year.
M3 or Infinity Pool.
We could do that. I think Infinity Pool would require a theater visit. M3 would not necessarily require it. So yeah, we could do that. Maybe those are ideas. Unless there's something in February that seems like we should cover instead, like 80 for Brady, February 3rd. Hey, it's Tampa Brady where you live, close enough anyway. So
Not after this season.
At least for yeah, things didn't go as well this year, and also maybe he's going to go be on another team after the off season anyway. So I don't know, but
Is he really moving? He's moving teams. I didn't even know that.
well, I think he's done with his contract, so I think it's up in the air. He may sign elsewhere.
Just be done, dude. Be done, my dude. You did enough.
Probably should have went out on top in retrospect, but he just got to bring back Gronk. That's all he needs. As long as he has Gronk. Gronk is the cheat code.
That's true.
Throw
right?
to Gronk every time. Catches it every time. He's basically impossible to tackle. Instant touchdown. Instant win. You're good. Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my
Hyped
gosh.
for 80 for Brady. Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field. And Tom Brady as himself.
I have no intentions of watching 80 for Brady.
Oh, okay. But it's produced by Tom Brady. Didn't you know that?
I did not know that. Seems right, though.
It's got cameos from Rob Gronkowski, Danny Amendola, and Julian Edelman.
Does it have a Henry Cavill haircut?
No, I
Paul
don't think he's
Phoenix.
in
I
it.
need the Paul Phoenix.
Well, someone else is starring as himself.
Who?
Guy Fieri. So
Okay.
Come on.
All right. Sold.
Are you in?
I'm in now. Yes.
Okay. I think I'll skip 80 for Brady, but incredible that they paid these women enough money for them to say yes. Good on them. Good on them for collecting those paychecks. It is a true
mercy.
paycheck kind of movie, and you know what? Respect for that, honestly. Quite honestly, respect for that. February 3rd will also bring us the M. Night Shyamalan film Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, this is the one
Dave
with
Bautista. He says it's the end of the world, but I've got to kill you, or someone's got to die. I don't remember exactly what the storyline is, but someone's got to die. Jonathan Groff.
he plays me, and
someone-
so does Ben Aldridge. They all
yeah.
play me.
Oh, okay. Vacationing at a remote cabin, a family of three is suddenly held hostage by four strangers who demand they sacrifice one of their own to avert the apocalypse. Yeah, that's what I said, basically. Don't look any closer.
Don't need to split a hair. Don't split hairs.
Don't split hairs. That's just being, come on. So yeah, I mean, it's an M. Night thing where, it's an interesting enough
Probably
premise.
shit.
It's probably not great, but maybe it's okay. Maybe it's okay. He's maybe capable of doing okay things, but it's rated R. First rated R movie for him since The Happening, which was also a classic, as we all remember.
Fuck. Oh, forgot about that movie.
How could you? How could you possibly do that? Unbelievable.
Oh, Marky Mark. What did you do, Mark?
So yeah, what do you think? Are you in on Knock at the Cabin? Is it? I mean, if it gets like really good reviews, are you like, okay, maybe it'll perk up, or is it just kind of a?
Well, I think it's been a year since we covered M. Night Shyamalan films, right?
I think it's been longer than that. Have we done anything since Glass?
When did we do our triple M. Night Shyamalan threat, like our trilogy?
Well, he put out Old in 2021, so we've talked about M. Night in form of talking about trailers for a movie that we never saw. Do you want to guess what year Glass came out?
What year was that?
This is just to show how time makes no sense, and it's a flat circle, blah, blah, blah. That came out January of 2019.
Oof. So maybe we're long overdue for some Shyamalan.
It's been a while since we had some M. Night Shyamalan goodies. We'll see. We'll see if we need to cover Knock at the Cabin. Maybe we will. Maybe we won't. Who's to say? Let's move on. February 10th, Magic Mike's Last Dance. One Last Dance. He's back. You watch either of the Magic Mike films?
Nope. Haven't seen any of them.
You going to watch the third one? Bring Sarah with? Or maybe she'll go with her girlfriends. Is that what's going to happen?
Maybe.
You're not invited to Magic Mike's Last Dance? It's a private viewing, actually. A private dance, actually. Channing Tatum's back. He's dancing. He's Magic Mikeing about. I watched the first one. It was like solid. This one's also directed by Steven Soderbergh. So I think he did XXL as well. XXL? No, he didn't. He did not do XXL as well, but he did the first one. So he's coming back to finish the Magic Mike trilogy. Comes out February 10th. Okay. I mean, for those that are up for a Magic Mike, it's there. It's there for you. I think it'll do all right. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of marketing for it. I don't think we've talked about it at all. I didn't even know a Magic Mike movie was coming, / being made, / releasing literally in 10 days from now. But this is the world we live in.
That's it.
Magic Mike's Last Dance comes out February 10th. Henry Cavill looks like Dan Aykroyd crossed with something.
Tucker Carlson.
Tucker Carlson, that's right. No, folks, the Henry Cavill hair discussion will not go away.
We separated for a brief recess. I did not go and pour another drink. I just stayed here and studied Henry Cavill. Looks like Dan Aykroyd. It's not right. Oh, for fuck's sake, we need to... I can't linger on it anymore.
Let's get back on track. February 17th, I think we got a big one on tap. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. Got a new trailer for it. Shows off a lot more Kang. Shows off motherfucking MODOK.
Yeah.
Both masked and unmasked. Looks ridiculous. Looks fucking ridiculous.
It does look ridiculous.
But it looks cool. I'm pretty fucking excited for it. I'm more excited for Kang than any other aspect of this film, but I love Paul Rudd, obviously, and so I'm excited for the Ant-Man side of things. But yeah, it looks like a big step up in terms of scale for Ant-Man. I'm very excited for it.
And Kang, right? Like, I mean, we saw Kang. Yeah, we saw Kang in Loki, but
sort of. We saw a version
of Kang,
but this feels like proper Kang, proper I will kill everyone if it helps me accomplish my goals Kang.
Yeah.
Kind of villain. So yeah, no, it looks neat. I think hopefully we get more time with Michelle Pfeiffer, since we didn't really get a lot of time with her in Ant-Man and the Wasp. She was kind of quantum realmed the whole time, but it's just funny. All these movies are like, we shouldn't go into the quantum realm. What if we just spent a whole movie in it by accident? Oh, god damn it. Okay. But it looks cool. Looks neat.
Right.
It's got Bill Murray, another Ghostbuster. Just talk about Ghostbusters, like Dan Aykroyd. So I'm part of the problem is I keep bringing it back to that. So yeah, any other thoughts on Ant-Man and the Wasp?
You close your eyes, I guarantee you'll see.
I'm going to dream about this, man. I'm going to dream about it.
I know what you'll see in your dreams. That's it.
Maybe it's a nightmare. Who's to say?
Hey, Colton. He'll even do a fucking fist bump. He'll do the.
He'll reload. He'll reload his fists, and his hair will kind of shake around a little bit because it's just like it's got to be like wiry, right? It's like wiry, so it just bounces.
Oh fuck! Could you imagine what an amazing
or is
thing
it
that
stiff?
would be?
Or is it so exceptionally unnaturally stiff, like hair gelled into place, or hair sprayed into place?
If
I don't know.
Cavill
Haven't decided yet.
reloads his fists in Argylle with that fucking hair, I will lose my shit in the middle of the theater. I will stand up. Well, it's not. I don't even. I could stay at home.
You're just gonna take a shit on your couch.
That's it. Oh, amazing! I'm excited now.
All right. Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Thoughts?
Incredibly excited. I lost my shit when I saw the thing during the football game for the for the national championship of the college game. I lost
That's when
my
the trailer
shit.
debuted.
Yeah.
That's true.
Very excited about this movie.
They made us wait until the game was a joke at that point. Oh, I think it might have been 56-7 at that point. And then like, oh, here's your trailer, by the way. I swear they were going to debut it at halftime, and then the game was such a laugher that they're like, we're going to hold this shit back to keep our numbers up for most of the game. That's my conspiracy theory that I'm subscribing to. I think it's a pretty innocuous one, so no real harm done. Yeah, looks great. Really looking forward to it. Rounding out February on the 24th, Cocaine Bear. I swear this looks like a fake trailer.
It does. It looks very funny. Have you seen the? Is this the same guy that puts out the YouTube the paramedic that goes in there to check on everybody in the very beginning of the trailer? Is this the same guy that puts the YouTube trailers or the Facebook videos out or the TikToks out about like trying to quit your job to make more money and stuff? Have you seen that guy?
I don't
they say about
know.
like ghost quitting. Well, that's not ghost quitting to make more. But like he makes all these like roast videos about like I don't know. He's popped up in my feed a couple times. It looks like the guy with the mustache.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. Actually, it might be. You're like my brain is. Yeah.
You think it could be that guy? Let me look up Cocaine Bear.
It could be that guy. I don't know.
Googling. It's got Ray Liotta in it too. I thought
it's got Ray Liotta. Might be his final role. I think, quite literally, fucking Cocaine Bear. No, it looks like he's got some other stuff.
Scott Size is this guy's name.
Okay, I don't see
it is
on the cast.
Scott Size Retail Talk compilation full. It's the same guy.
It's the same fucking guy.
Yeah,
I did think he looked familiar, and I couldn't place him. But yes, you're right. Yep, good catch. Good catch. That is indeed him.
Amazing. Good
there
for
it is.
him, man.
Anyway, Cocaine Bear. What other thoughts do you have on it other than Mr. TikTok Man?
It's got TikTok viral stars in it. So that's cool.
It's directed by Elizabeth Banks. It's about a bear that ingests a copious amount of cocaine
really?
and acts up and mauls people and such.
Directed by Elizabeth Banks.
Brought to life by some shoddy CGI from the looks of it.
And that's part of the flair. I'm all about it. It seems like I don't know. Seems like an entertaining movie. Entertaining B movie.
It does seem entertaining. It looks ridiculous in all the right ways. And I mean, it's a movie called Cocaine Bear, and I think unlike Plane, which is like, oh, this is a funny title, Cocaine Bear is an excellent title for a movie about a cocaine bear.
And it's based on a true story.
It's based on a true story. I think some liberties taken, but based on a true story of a bear indeed ingesting some cocaine and having some fun.
Yeah.
So it's
all
Cocaine
about
Bear.
it.
What else is there to say? Nothing, I argue. March 3rd will bring us Creed 3, a.k.a. Michael B. Jordan versus motherfucking Kang the Conqueror again. Jonathan Majors. He's the enemy boxer in Creed 3. Yeah, yes way, and he's fucking ripped his shit for it. No Sylvester Stallone. Again, I think we talked about it, much to the chagrin of one Sylvester Stallone's brother, Mr. Frank Stallone. Very upset about it once upon a time that we talked about. But I think Creed 3 looks fucking good. I'm excited to see Michael B. Jordan versus Jonathan Majors. And Michael B. Jordan, in a recent interview, said that the boxing scenes, he took some inspiration from some Japanese anime and making it, because he directed it too. It's Michael B. Jordan directing as well. So we're gonna get some Japanese anime inspired boxing sequences.
No way.
I don't know what the fuck that means.
That sounds
I don't know what
ridiculous.
the fuck that looks like. But hey, he's like, I got to keep this shit interesting and make it look different and keep it,
I'm just like completely. Oh man, that
fresh.
sounds
like
cool.
yeah. So yeah, Creed 3. I think that's a definite watch and cover for us. I feel like
Absolutely.
right on. March 10th, Scream 6.
Ooh.
Quite literally a year and change after Scream 5 came out, and I don't think either of us saw it.
No.
Scream 6 is coming around. It's Ghostface, and he's got a shotgun this time. At least in the first part of the trailer.
In the middle of the gas station. God damn, that's not even scary. That's actually like kind of like real life shit.
It's too scary because it's too realistic. Of just like, oh, he's just got a gun now. Fuck. Like the better when he was just stabbing people and killing people with garage doors and shit.
Too real.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it looked solid. As someone that's like a little behind the curve on this series, I missed the oh shit, what's another vehicle? I missed the
You missed the fucking tugboat.
Missed the tugboat. Missed the Thomas the Tank Engine. I missed the Thomas the Tank Engine on this one. That's where my brain went. So I do want. I wanted to watch Scream 5 for the longest time. Just never got around to it. It's got some returning cast members. Jenna Ortega, I think, was in Scream 5. Courtney Cox obviously is a franchise mainstay, but no Neve Campbell in this one. They didn't offer her enough money to come back, I think, was the official story. So, yeah, what do you think? Scream 6, are you interested? I don't know. It feels like we're having a lot of fucking like horror-y shit outside of October.
Yeah.
Like this is just one. I'm just like,
Megan,
really
Infinity
like horror
Pool,
movies.
Knock at the Cabin,
Scream.
Scream.
There's more in April. There's more in June. Like I'm like, what do you like? I get you don't want to like load everything in October, but like,
Come on, man.
some things we'll get one thing in October. We'll talk about it. So yeah, Scream 6. What do you think? Anything?
I haven't. I don't think I've seen more than the first Scream, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you're really behind the curve
Yes.
on the Scream things.
Yeah.
Well, I will tell you this: they're all kind of the same movie and a general premise. But I mean, the original Scream trilogy I think has some fun aspects to it. They've all got like a little wrinkle to them, which makes them fun. A little different than your standard slasher because it's almost like the intellectual version of a slasher, and how it's kind of a loose parody and satirical take on the slasher genre in and of itself, but it also still kind of happily embraces a lot of slashery tropes.
The last two
They're
seemed.
fun.
The last two had the Wednesday in them, which I know her from you, Wednesday, Ortega.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. This one looked like something that might be interesting, but like I said,
maybe.
I don't know a whole lot about it. So
Okay. All right. March 17th. Got a couple here. 65. Adam Driver, but
Turok.
yeah, this is kind of a Turok movie, isn't it? Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, it's
He's shooting dinosaurs.
He's shooting dinosaurs. Yeah, you're right. It's just fucking Turok, isn't it? Wow, and I thought, what a clever concept they've come up with. No, it's just Turok. It's. I mean, what'd you think? We saw a trailer for this.
I thought it was Turok.
You thought, well, do you like Turok? Do you want a Turok movie? You're right. It is.
The only thing that, and I feel bad for saying this, but the only thing that could make this movie better is instead of Adam Driver, if it had Marky Mark in it.
Oh, okay. So you're going to say Henry Cavill?
No, there it is.
You can't escape him.
If it had,
all right.
If it had Marky Mark or Henry Cavill, I would take Henry Cavill as
this
well.
This feels like a very not Adam Driver like kind of movie.
No,
doesn't
it does not.
It feels like a weird fit for it.
Like he was trying to tell the other person, hey, just slow down. We're gonna walk out here, and he's like, "You're too dramatic, dude. It's Turok. Just fucking go out there and run." You know what I mean? It was too dramatic of a performance for a movie that does not deserve it. Anyways, I guess
Rock, man.
beginning of March is looking kind of dry. We'll probably watch between. Well, I guess we have Creed 3. We could probably watch.
65 is not high on your list of things to cover.
I mean, if that's
Maybe
what we're watching, if that's what
maybe
we're watching,
it'll be dog shit. Sometimes we got to take one for the team and watch some bad movies too.
There's a couple of bad movies that I'm very excited to watch this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if 65's making the cut because there's some bad ones that I'm kind of
All right, I gotta tune in for this one. This might be real fucking bad. Yep, that's fair. Well, 17th will also bring us Shazam, Fury of the Gods.
Well, then I know what we're watching then between Turok and
so we got a new trailer for Shazam. What did you think about that trailer? Did it get you
I thought this trailer was a little bit better than the one that I saw before.
I feel like the first one we got was not good.
No,
not a good trailer.
And I feel like this one's a little bit better. It made it seem less. I don't know. It seems like this one's going to be a little bit more dramatic, as far as a little bit more. There's a little bit more weight on the characters and like their roles and what they need to do. And it might be like a growing up kind of movie for the character of Shazam. So we'll see what he, how it is. But yeah, this one, I thought this trailer was better at the very least.
Yeah, I'd say the trailer might be better, but I thought it was still bad. I think the biggest undoing of these trailers has been the music. I think for me, the music's real bad. Fucking stupid, just bad. And I don't know if maybe it's just they got a bad movie and there's only so much they can do kind of thing. But I feel like they're not doing themselves any favors. And it sucks because I really liked that first Shazam movie. I thought it was really fun, kind of fresh, in a time when DC's mostly peddling out shit. Like Shazam was really solid.
Shazam was awesome.
This to me looks like a lot of floaty bullshit CG kind of thing, in a way that the first one had a little bit, but not a lot. So I'm a little worried on that front. Zachary Levi has come out on the internet and revealed himself to be a fucking moron as well. So that has made my enthusiasm wane.
Oh, what did he do?
He's just tweeting anti-vaxxers and preaching the capacity of one Jordan Peterson, that sort of thing.
Jordan Peterson's coming to Tampa, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure you've got your ticket already.
$75 a ticket. He's not coming to. Let me tell you something. Jordan Peterson's selling out Amalie Arena.
I don't doubt it. Don't doubt it.
Amalie Arena. How many people do you think sit in Amalie Arena?
So you would have gotten a ticket, but you were beaten to the punch by everyone else. Is that what you're?
Well, I looked it up. Jordan Peterson's one of those people that can say three things, then they kind of set the hook, and then he kind of poof, he peters
he Petersons.
Yeah, he'll say something hook you, hey, I'm this I'm the psychiatrist kind of guy, blah 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 blah. People are fucking lobsters, and then it just fucking drops off right off the deep end real hard. Anyway, $75 a ticket and Amalie Arena. He's fucking killing it.
Yeah. Well, he's got a big fan in Zachary Levi, so Shazam's all about the Mr. Peterson train.
Fascinating
stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I just, DC's DCing about this. Just, I don't know. It sucks. It just doesn't feel like where's the little worm guy? Where's the little worm guy from the end of the first Shazam? I don't fucking see him. I see dragons and gods and I don't know, man. They're furious for some reason, but they're not fast. They're just furious. Unacceptable. March 24th. I think this might be the big one for me of this particular month. John Wick Chapter 4. Enough said. Really looking forward to it.
Looks incredible. Yeah.
Keanu's back. He's fighting Donnie Yen with swords and shit. And
fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Donnie Yen, fucking katanas. John Wick. What do you need?
They added new cast. It's got Bill Skarsgård in it. I think they cast Rina Sawayama in it. Cool, man. Is how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I'm in. I'm very, very in on it. John Wick. I got to rewatch the first
Yeah,
three. And
there will be a Have we done a bonus episode on John Wick's?
No, we talked about this recently. I think we covered chapter 3, but we have not officially covered 1 or 2. So that's good bonus episode potential there, I think, as well.
Bonus episode. John Wick is March is John Wick. March is
Gremlins TBD in 2023.
Yeah, we got to figure out when that's actually coming out and everything else. But maybe we can coordinate the release of Gremlins TV show with that.
I think we could do it. All right, rounding out March 31st, Dungeons and Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. New trailer for this one as well.
One of the movies that looks like horse shit that
I think this looks like hot shit.
That I need to
temperature-wise, hot shit. Just like
I need to see how bad this is. I need to see how bad it is.
It's like trying to be funny, but it's not.
This is another one to where the music does this trailer.
Yeah, that's true.
A massive
bad marketing. Just really bad marketing.
Massive disservice. The written humor also sounds like real bad dog shit.
Yeah, it's just painfully unfunny jokes kind of thing, and bad CG, and
it looks real bad all the way around.
I struggle to find one aspect of it that seems good, except for maybe Hugh Grant, because I feel like he's going to be funny.
Yeah, it's got Hugh Grant. It's got
Chris Pine's fine.
Chris Pine, he's here for a paycheck.
This is a strong paycheck movie as well. Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I would really like this one to come out on like Netflix or something. I don't think I'll go to the movie theaters and watch it.
This is a tough one to go to the theaters for like 2 hours for, right? Like,
I gotta leave work and go watch Dungeons and Dragons.
Depressing.
You better give me some Long Islands. I need Long Islands.
Explain that to Sarah. Actually, I have to go watch Dungeons and Dragons, so I won't be home until 9:00 tonight. Okay, someone's in the doghouse now.
Yeah, right. That's exactly how that conversation goes. You want to go watch what? Yeah.
Now, if it's April, you've turned the calendar over to April, and it's April 7th, and you say,
Super Mario Bros.
Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Different fucking story.
End of the conversation, it says, you should watch that twice, probably.
Probably.
I won't expect you until midnight because it'll be so good you've watched it twice.
Well, the first one you have to watch, and you're going to watch that with the kids running around in the theater. The second time you watch it, you can watch
adults only viewing at 10 o'clock.
Exactly.
I'm fucking stoked for this. I'm really excited. I forgot to put it in here, but there was a TV spot that came out during one of the championship games where it's the first time hearing Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Oh no, is it good? I haven't seen that.
He sounds like Seth Rogen, so
it's excellent.
He does the Seth Rogen laugh. It's all you want. It's all you'd want out of it. Look, this is going to be ridiculous. It's going to be stupid and silly, but I feel like it's going to be like a good Mario movie, even with Chris Pratt about. I think it's still going to capture the spirit of Mario well.
Does it feel like Lego? Does it feel like a Lego movie?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of does, right?
Not quite, I think, in that direction of like being silly. Like, I still think it's more. I think it's more. Well, I mean, Lego Movie is really earnest. Like, I don't think it's going to have that moment in Lego Movie where it like pulls back. You know what I mean? And it's like,
right, that big emotional moment.
Really serious. Like, I don't think it's going to have that or anything like that. But I do think it's going to be heartfelt and like, like really trying to be a good Mario movie and funny and and charming and whatnot with a silly, kind of goofy voice cast, voicing these characters in ways that we really haven't seen before. So it'll still be a little different, but I don't know. My prediction for the Mario Bros. Movie is it's going to be fucking good.
I think so too. I agree too. I also agree. 7 days later, 1 week later.
1 week later.
1 week later, we get Renfield.
We get Renfield with Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage.
So
Dracula.
We talked about Renfield and Dracula, I believe, in our horror episode.
Yes, Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's right. Is it Tom Waits that was playing Renfield? He was the one that was imprisoned, right?
Yeah, and he was like movie? Totally fucking
he was in the Tim Burton movie.
It's like eating maggots and shit in prison. It's like, what is the purpose of this character? He's done nothing in jail. But Renfield has a little bit more purpose in this particular iteration of Dracula.
Trying to break free from the grasps of Dracula and his needs for blood.
The part that gets me, I've seen this trailer I think 2 or 3 times, and the part that gets me every time, I think it's hilarious, is when he's talking about his boss like rising to full power. Like, what if you just don't do what he wants? He won't get to full strength or won't get to full power or whatever he says. I just think that's hilarious. Oh, that's you're right, but why the fuck would you word it that way? That's weird.
What a weird thing to say. What an absolutely unhinged thing for you to say, my dude. But I love it. I respect the hell out of it.
Anyways, I think this looks hilarious.
It looks fun. Yeah.
I'm about it.
Awkwafina's in it as well.
Yes. Right. Seems to me like I did not watch it last year. I want to watch it this year, but it seems like Nick Cage might be much like Brendan Fraser. He might be on the up and up here.
Yeah.
Building up that.
Taking on roles that aren't just like obvious paycheck movies, like more like I'm having fun. I still get to be Nicolas Cage and do Nicolas Cage things because that's what I'm known for and that's what I do best. But there's almost still an artistic integrity to some of these. Like I feel like,
and there's an opportunity.
Massive talent was like that, and Renfield is like, all right, it's Nicolas Cage playing Dracula. Like, yeah, it's gonna
perfect
be
role for Nick Cage.
That's why I'm there. That's why I want to watch it. Is because he's gonna be fucking absolutely insane in this role.
Yeah, excited about it. All about it.
Very excited.
April's looking good so far.
I think April's a good month. It's a pretty stacked month, actually. 14th will also give us Suzume, which is the Makoto Shinkai movie, the Your Name guy, the Weathering with You guy. That'll be the American release of Suzume. It's the 4th highest grossing film of 2022 in Japan.
Jesus.
You knew that. I'm telling you that right now. It's probably gonna. Beautiful. It looks beautiful. It's probably gonna make you cry. You know? Got really good reviews in Japan, so looking forward to the American debut. Certainly.
I don't have my glasses on, and I read April 14th as Suzanne. So.
Oh, okay. Well, Suzume is probably better than Suzanne would have been in your head. So.
Right. Absolutely.
April 21st. It's no longer Disappointment Boulevard, but instead it is now Beau is Afraid. It's Ari Aster's follow-up to Midsummer. It's got Joaquin Phoenix, and it looks weird as fuck. It doesn't look horror-y in the same way as certainly Hereditary or Midsummer was, but it looks absolutely fucking bonkers. What'd you think about Beau is Afraid? Are you looking forward to it?
I am.
A24 as fuck, is what I'll say.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's definitely a A24 movie. This dude's obviously got some issues. But it's interesting. Like, I'm interested to see how this movie ends. It's like you get a real good snippet about what happens, and it kind of feels like a Misery kind of situation. He gets hit by somebody's car, and then they bring him home, and they put like a fucking home arrest thing on his ankle. But like, was that really? Did they put that on there, or was it already there? Like, how unhinged is this main character? I think this is probably a very good movie. I like Ari Aster movies. I think he's a pretty talented dude. So, and Joaquin Phoenix has got it going on.
Pretty good.
Yeah. So, eager to see what happens. I'd also be eager to see what he could do in a Gladiator sequel. I'd like to see that too.
Too bad Ridley Scott's doing it. Too late.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'm excited about this. What'd you think about the trailer?
I didn't know what to make of it, honestly. I kind of lost a little bit. But that's okay. I mean, I have confidence in Ari Aster. I think, obviously, Joaquin Phoenix is a phenomenal actor and feels like a fucking batshit kind of role that he'll relish and do well in. I'm in. I'm definitely in for this.
The number one movie. Oh, I'm not to cut you off. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited about this last one.
The last one. I thought you might be. Well, let me talk about Beau is Afraid for another 5 minutes, and then we can get into that last. No, I'm just kidding. What is it? April 21st will also bring us
Evil Dead Rise. We have a new Evil Dead fucking movie coming out that looks fucking bonkers.
It looks nuts. Looks
looks
brutal.
So good. Man, you know, I don't even know what to say, honestly. It looks they put a fucking cheese grater on a leg. Right?
I feel like we probably didn't see the full version of that scene. Like I bet it's going to be
you get all the way to the fucking cheese
movie.
grater slapping onto the leg. You don't get the pull of the cheese grater, but you get the cheese
grater.
grater all the way on the leg. It's all the way planted on the leg.
It's planted.
And you just know. You just know what the fuck's gonna you know what the fuck's gonna happen. Right. What a wonder.
Stop opening the fucking Book of the Dead, man. Stop it. Stop doing it.
Yeah. And the Book of the Dead in this iteration of so who's all attached to this? Do you know?
It's produced by Sam Raimi, but let me tell you other things I know about it by doing a search on the internet. It is directed by Lee Cronin, who
the cousin of the Cronenbergs.
yeah, he didn't like the last name, so he shortened it. He's done one film prior to this called Hole in the Ground, which I've never heard of. Doesn't seem like he has a lot of pedigree. He's Irish, so maybe that'll impact how you feel about him. I don't know. That's up to you. I don't know how you feel about Irish people. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't even know. I don't even know if Sam Raimi is producing this. I think he's involved in some capacity. Sam Raimi, Bruce Campbell are exec producing it. But it's this guy Lee Cronin who's written and directed it. So my guess
good on him.
He just fucking loves Evil Dead and said, I'm going to do my own one, and he's got the backing of Raimi and Campbell, and and
it still has Mia.
It looks like fucking Evil Dead in a good way.
Mia's present. Ellie, Beth, Jessica. Oh, Mia. Mia is the actual actress's name. Never mind.
Man. I don't know how this fits in terms of the continuity. If it's really intended to be a sequel or involved in some way. It feels standalone as far as we know, but it's possible that it has some loose connections as well. Like the reboot cool, whatever it was, like had some connections, but not super overt, I guess, overall.
In the fifth Evil Dead film, a road-weary Beth plays an overdue visit to her older sister Ellie, who is raising 3 kids on her own in a cramped LA apartment. The sisters' reunion is cut short by the discovery of a mysterious book deep in the bowels of Ellie's building, giving rise to flesh-possessing demons and thrusting Beth into a primal battle for survival as she is faced with the most nightmarish version of motherhood imaginable. I'm all about it. I'm all the way, like 110% about it. It looks, it's really cool. I mean, because to make an Evil Dead movie, not to get off on a tangent, but to make an Evil Dead movie, like you have to be able to embody the campiness and the horror aspects and just like the body horror and just all, like there's like multiple things that have to come together to make a good Evil Dead movie. Slapping Evil Dead on just a standard horror, and I'm thankful that this hasn't happened because it hasn't happened, but slapping Evil Dead just on a regular horror film wouldn't work. You know what I mean? There's a lot of character to these kind of movies, and this looks like it's got a lot of character. Cinematography looks on point. The wonkiness of the characters and like the possession looks cool.
It looks like they're doing the Deadites, and I mean it looks
like an Evil Dead movie.
It looks like a proper Evil Dead in terms of just getting it right, getting the tone and feel of it right, and it looks fucking gnarly as hell.
I'm very passionate about the Evil Dead franchise, and this looks like it's doing it justice. I'm very excited about it. So,
me too. Yeah. It was a fun trailer. It was a trailer that got me very hyped for this. Yeah.
All right. So on to May.
On to May 5th. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
No, May the 4th. May the 5th.
May the 5th be with the Guardians of the Galaxy and their volume of the third. The third of the volumes.
We talked about this trailer recently.
We did. And it looks great. It's James Gunn's last hurrah, both
now
with
he's
the Guardians and with Marvel.
Conflict of interest, maybe?
I think it's just going to be fucking busy as shit mostly, but but he's got a sweet gig over at sweet gig in the sense that he's probably making some big bucks and, gets to have he gets to make the decisions, but at the same time he has to face the consequences of making those decisions, aka all his Zack Snyder fanboys very upset with him for...
Yeah, well, he's Feige. He's Feige.
Well,
James Gunn is Feige, right?
You know who he's not bringing back? Henry Cavill. And that's why he has to have the hair. That's why he has to have the hair in these movies, is because he's not Superman anymore. So he's forced to take these fucking roles. He's got to work to survive. Jesus. He's got to have Paul Phoenix, Dan Aykroyd, Tucker Carlson features to survive. That's what happens. No, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, it looks like it's going to be an emotional haymaker of a movie. You see like Rocket Origins stuff, High Evolutionary, Adam Warlock's involved. Like, I don't know. I think James Gunn is going to deliver a whopper of a film. I think, and this is, I guess, the second of the Marvel entries that we have this year. I think Marvel's going to have a much better 2023 than they had 2022 in terms of the film output. That's my one of my bold predictions as well.
All right, that's a good one.
I have confidence. I think Ant-Man's going to deliver. I think Guardians is going to deliver, and I think they only have one more, actually. I think they have one more in July. We'll get to that. I don't know. I think all around, I think it's going to be better overall. I think they'll at least go 2 for 3 in terms of really just hitting the mark. And I think Guardians is one that I feel like Ant-Man, I think I'm really expecting to enjoy. Guardians is the one where tears may flow at some point. That's how I feel about Guardians. I feel like it's gonna hit on those.
And we're both pretty passionate
emotional
about
depths.
The Guardians. I mean, they always deliver as far as this emotional beats.
And it's going to have all those Marvel Snap characters in it. The entire Guardians of the Galaxy, including Star-Lord, Drax, all the ones that just power up if someone plays on the same lane.
Assholes.
They all have the same fucking function.
What the fuck you play that for? Hate those fucking cards.
So any other thoughts on Guardians Volume 3?
No, it's gonna be great.
Now, what about May 19th? Fast X.
Have I seen anything on this? Have they released anything on this?
They released a poster today, of all days.
Today? Really? Wow.
Today.
Let me give it a quick googs real quick, and I'll tell you how I feel.
It's Dominic Toretto holding a fucking cross with the tagline, "The end of the road begins," I think is what it is. The end of the road begins.
No.
Because I think this is a part 1 of 2. I think they're doing Fast X and Fast 11, and that's supposed to finish the franchise, I think.
And that's the tagline? The end of the road begins?
No, hold on. Yes. Fast X and Fast 11 are supposed to be the end of things. The end of the road begins is, yeah. So presumably Fast 11 will be the end of the road ends.
Oh! Oh, you can't make it up.
And you know who they should cast as the ultimate villain for the Fast and Furious franchise?
Who is this?
It's Henry Cavill, obviously. He's got to be the ultimate villain.
Oh, man.
Man needs work. This one's got Jason Momoa. Jason Momoa is the bad guy in this one. So,
yeah. Oh, it's got Cardi B in it. It's got fucking Cardi B in it.
She was in the last one, I think, for like a cameo.
Fuck.
You have to exhaust the rest of the Justice League. We've already got Wonder Woman in there. She's tapped out. I think she's coming back for one of these. I don't fucking remember.
Dominic Toretto. It's me.
Toretto.
I've been the author of all your pain.
That's exactly right. I think that's the correct count of things. Yeah, Gal Gadot is maybe gonna come back. Apparently, she's in one of the versions that they've test screened. So do they like her or not? I guess I don't know. It's Fast X.
Brie Larson's in it.
Brie Larson is in it. She's also a newcomer to the franchise. I think she's the only other newcomer. I think everyone else is like coming back in some capacity. Fuck.
It's
Fast X. The end of the road begins here. We're getting a trailer. I think around the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's on the Super Bowl, but it's around the Super Bowl is when we get the trailer. So we'll have to come back to Fast Stacks, obviously. Maybe even the next time we record, depending on when that is, or the time after that. But we'll talk about Fast Stacks more when we get that trailer.
Amazing.
But the end of the road begins, is what I'll say right now to you.
And then the end of the road ends.
And then the end of the road will end at some point in the next few years.
Oh, it's amazing. What have we wrought? What have we done? What?
We got to move on. May 26th.
Sorry.
We're getting Peter and Pan and Wendy on Disney Plus, but we're also in theaters getting The Little Mermaid.
Oh fuck! And this one has
Tucker himself will have a thing or two to say about this one. He'll look dumbfounded at the fact that we have a black Ariel. Truly outrageous. That such a thing would be allowed to transpire. How are you feeling about it? Are you a fan of the animated film The Little Mermaid?
I do like The Little Mermaid, the animated film. I think it's a good animated film. Sure. I do. I think that I heard this woman sing in the trailer, and she sounded most excellent.
Sounds like she can sing. Seems like that would be a good qualifying, aspect of being able to portray this role.
Not to say that I really like Aladdin, and I don't think Aladdin was as bad as I thought it could have been.
I think it was solid. It was surprisingly fun.
Being able to sing is. I think was I talking about it with you or someone else? I can't remember. The most egregious casting is not Ariel being black. It's
no. We talked about it. I think when the teaser came out, it's Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, that's the most.
Thanks. But that makes me lose interest in it.
Exactly. So we'll see what happens with that, because that is actually the one that makes me the most angry.
And maybe I'll see it, when we get a full trailer, and I'll feel differently. But it's hard to not see Melissa McCarthy just playing herself or playing her. I know she's had serious roles.
Ursula is one of the most. I mean, she's an awesome character, and Ursula has
a great villain,
and she's got some awesome songs. And if you can't sing, or if you can't deliver on the acting prowess required to portray that villain, you're doing a big disservice. So
we'll
see what happens.
I think that to me is the biggest question mark. Halle Bailey is Ariel. Great. I don't really know her or anything, but I think she's an accomplished artist in her own right. So I know she can sing. I know she can do that. That's probably good enough. Daveed Diggs is playing Sebastian. That's fucking cool.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Awkwafina's in it.
Fine. Perfect.
Okay, great. Javier Bardem is playing King Triton. That's
perfect.
Fucking cool.
Exactly.
Melissa McCarthy. Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
You gotta convince me. You gotta convince me, is what I'll say. I'm open to it.
We'll see what happens.
I was not a fan of Will Smith as the genie in terms of the trailer, but I thought it was fine within the film itself. Was he Robin Williams? No, he was not. But
he wasn't trying to be either, So
and he was fun. He was different. It was fine, and maybe this will be like that. It'll be fine. It'll be different. It'll be fine, though. Maybe. But I got to be convinced. That's just where I stand on it. So, yeah. Yep. May 26th, The Little Mermaid. We'll see. We'll see on that one.
All right. Here we go. June.
We're nearly halfway, and really we're more than halfway, because once we get through June, there's not as many things per month that we really have a lot of info on thus far. But the second comes with the double feature. First of all, we've got the Boogeyman, with little Leia in it. She's looking under her bed, and there's a little scary monster, or maybe it's a bigger scary monster. I don't know, but it's like a Stephen King thing. I don't know if it's an original story for this movie, or if it's a adaptation of some sort of Stephen King thing. All it says is it's from the mind of Stephen King, which is what
the fuck does that mean?
What if there was a monster under the bed, man? It's oh, that's a great idea, Steven. We can make a movie out of this. Is that what that is?
Yeah, good work. Brilliant idea, fucking Steven. Fucking nailed it, Mr. King. Nailed it. That kind of reminds me of. Did you see? You've seen Elf, right?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, reminds me of the guy they call in to give him ideas. And he's like, "We got an idea. There's a cucumber. There's a fucking tomato on a farm. No, you don't want the tomato. It's too vulnerable. You know."
Yeah.
Anyways, the fucking boogeyman.
Well, anyways, I looked it up. Okay, it's a short story written by Stephen King that he made in 1973. So it's based on a Stephen King short story. So when they say from the mind of, they just mean it's based on a short story that he made, which I think they could have just said that, and I think that it would have had the same sort of marketing value. But nonetheless, what do you think? The Boogeyman? Another horror thing that's not in October for some fucking reason, but June 2nd. Here you
I'm
go.
glad I'm not the only one thinking about that. It's directed by Mr. Rob Savage, and I feel like I've heard this man's name somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, it looks like it's shot interesting enough. I really like that shot of the little girl going under the bed.
Yeah, no, like the way it kind of flips with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
That was pretty cool. We'll see what happens. I mean, it's what
Yeah.
it's the fucking boogeyman. You know what I mean? Okay.
I mean, yeah, it's called The Boogeyman. It just feels like, all right, okay. And to be fair, that is what the short story was called, but I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
We'll see. Yeah, yeah. Also on June 2nd, I think the more to our interest of these two films, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which we received a trailer for.
I got teary-eyed in the trailer, to be honest with you.
Okay, so you like this trailer?
I do.
Okay.
And Across the Spider-Verse looks like a very heart. The trailer's very heartfelt. Much. I mean, the first Spider-Man was.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Spider-Verse was awesome. It was an incredible film.
Yeah. Very excited about this one. Yeah, and like I said, the trailer was very well made, very heartfelt. Spider-Man 2049 comes across like
2099. Oscar
20
Isaac, man.
Is that Oscar Isaac?
He's like, yeah, he's buff and he's fucking mean, man.
He's visceral, yeah. Like he swings in and he grabs like Spider-Man by the fucking head and then just like tethers another fucking like spider web down and slams him down. It's brutal. And then you hear, I thought we were supposed to be the good guys or some shit. Like it's like what is the story? What's going on in this movie?
Yeah, well, it's a teaser, so we didn't really get a full grasp of things, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm very interested to see what happens. It looks like a very good movie.
And this is a part 2 of 3 because the next, I think it's Beyond the Spider-Verse, is coming out in 2024. Okay. Not that we're looking at 2024 really, but you know, I think this may not tell a full complete story potentially, depending on how they have devised how they're making them. Because I think it was a part 1, part 2 situation at one point before they changed the titles. I am very excited for this movie. I thought the first one was incredible. I'm really looking forward to this. I didn't think this was a good trailer, though.
You didn't like this trailer?
I just thought it was weirdly cobbled together and edited. Like, no real flow to it. A full scene kind of dumped in there with no real context for anything. And then, like, a weirdly composited, like, sequence of things at the end of just like, look at all these spider people, and it's like, that's cool, like I'm excited for that, but I don't know. I think yes, it's a teaser, but it didn't leave me in a place where I was more excited based on seeing the footage from it, which is kind of disappointing for me because
we interpreted it two different
hyped
ways.
For this.
Two totally different ways.
Yeah, I didn't get any of the emotionality out of the scene with Miles and Rio. I think it might work in the context of the film itself, but I think devoid of anything, to me, it just kind of felt like a weird watching it out of context for a thing
scene, right?
Yeah, and I didn't really love that as a framework for this. I mean, I think it's a true teaser in the sense that I don't know what the fuck the film is about, other than Spider-Verse shenanigans, obviously. But I just think that I don't know. I think it would have been better served even just the 30 seconds at the end being all that it showed. For me, in terms of just teasing like the craziness of it, but it hasn't made my enthusiasm lessen for the movie. I just didn't think it was a well edited trailer, which I think has kind of been a recurring theme. I just feel like, I don't know, Shazam, Dungeons and Dragons, and
I don't think there's any redeeming Dungeons and Dragons.
There's just right. And again, like I think with Across the Spider-Verse, the source material I'm gonna bet is better than those other two movies, but it just to me feels like, I don't know, like the marketing isn't just quite hitting the mark for me on some of these, where it's like you can make good trailers out of bad things, and obviously you should definitely be able to make good trailers out of good things too. So I don't know, but I'm really looking forward to it. June 2nd. So
The 9th.
June 9th, Transformers: Rise of the Beasts, Optimus Prime, Optimus Primal.
Looks cool. Whatever.
Yeah, you know, it's a pseudo Bumblebee sequel. If it's like Bumblebee, then it'll be good.
Bumblebee proved me wrong, right?
Exactly.
So,
you know, don't prove us wrong again by being shit this time is kind of the key, I think. So
make a good movie. Looks
make
like
a
it
good
might
movie.
be good. It might be okay.
Make a good movie. No, they couldn't do such a thing. Yeah, we'll see. It's got to be better than the Bayformers. That's at a minimum. That's what I ask. All right. So yeah,
low bar to set. We'll see what happens.
June 16th, double feature. Pixar has Elemental, which we talked a little bit about. I think there was a teaser or something that came out with D23 or something.
Yeah, looks
like
good.
Fire and water people and
whatever
other elemental people, and yeah, it looked solid, looked good. But it's going head to head against the Flash. Ezra Miller, still around. Flash, still releasing. Right. What do we think? Are we up for the Flash? I mean,
I think Pixar's Elemental has a pretty solid chance of beating the Flash.
I really am curious to see how well the Flash does. Also, to see if it actually does indeed release on June 16th. I feel like going up against a Pixar film. I mean, I guess there's an argument for counter programming, blah blah blah, but I don't know. That feels like a bad idea, especially because, at least according to this, I don't have anything listed for the 23rd. I'm sure there's something on the calendar, but wasn't worthy enough to make it into the script. I don't know. Yeah, the Flash just seems like a huge fucking steaming pile of shit waiting to happen. Huge mess, but I don't know. They really are very committed to making this film happen. Batgirl gets chucked in the bin, no problem. The Flash, I'm going to stick my fingers in my ears and nothing will change my mind about this film if I'm WB, so I don't know.
Maybe it's incredible.
Maybe it's a really good film and they can just overcome Ezra Miller being very problematic by just relying on the quality of the film itself. I don't know. But I don't know. Hard for me to get excited at the same time, right? I think it's probably a recurring theme with a lot of these DC things is just, you know. Anyway.
We'll see what happens.
All right. Halfway point for the year. June 30th. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, which was also something we had a trailer for recently. Harrison Ford, he might be roughly 80-ish years old, but he's back in the saddle again. He's a CGI man on a horse at one point in the trailer, but other than that, he's mostly old. He's mostly old Indy, occasionally de-aged Indy. No Steven Spielberg, James Mangold directing.
High hopes. I hope it's okay.
It's an odd, as we said already, it's an odd numbered entry into the Indiana Jones franchise, which means it has to be good.
A tick to the talk. It's a talk to the tick, or whatever they say.
Whatever the fifth one in sequence would be. Tick tock. Tick. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, someone else can do the math for that one. I can't count to 5.
Yes.
Still chugging away on your tasty beverage. July 14th. Would you be excited for a Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1?
Let me tell you something. I watched this thing that Tom Cruise put out where he's like jumped this motorcycle off the cliff like 9 times.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
I don't know about the 7 times part. I remember the part in the trailer where he drives off the cliff.
No, yeah. Well, it's like the behind the scenes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely fucking incredible. What a dude. And everybody behind the scenes is like, this guy is a fucking dude. He's just a madman, you know? And like, it was like this whole lead up, like, okay, this and that. And then like, okay, here we are at the end of the day. He's done it 9 times. You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't stop. Absolute
madman.
Absolute madman. Watch the behind the scenes deal.
I'll check it out. Yeah, no, I'll check it out.
Highly recommend it. Very excited about Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning.
Yeah, it's this one. We got like a trailer for it a while ago. I think it leaked and then they put it out properly kind of thing. And oh man, like obviously
very
Tom
excited.
Cruise, but like, you know, the classics are all coming back. Ving Rhames, Simon Pegg, Leggy Bay, Rebecca Ferguson, Vanessa Kirby, newcomers, Haley Atwell, Palm Clementia, like, fuck, man. And it's Christopher McQuarrie coming back to write and direct off of both Rogue Nation and Fallout, and those Mission Impossible movies just
the best.
have just been fucking so good. So I'm just awesome. This is gonna be awesome. I'm really excited for it. I think July was the month that you said that someone else might need to take care of little Bennett, right? So that's the reason number
Little
one.
Bennett's going to be 1 month old, and Dad's not going to be present at all.
Reasons number two and reasons number 2 and 3 come out the same day, July 21st.
Jesus,
this is another counter programming kind of one. On one hand, we have Barbie.
Quite
for
possibly,
girls, right?
It might be like the best made trailer I think I've ever seen.
Incredible teaser. I mean, Evil Dead was awesome. That was an awesome trailer.
I mean, this is 2001 with 2001 Space Odyssey with
dolls and the Barbie, and I don't know. I think this might be the most memorable of any of the trailers that we've talked about on this.
Just like the bum, bum, and then all of a sudden, like the doll gets thrown in the air, and it should be bum bum, but it's like bum 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 bum, but it's like turns into like a. It's ridiculous.
It's awesome.
It's very awesome. Very excited about Barbie. I have no idea who this person is who's attached to this.
You don't know who Margot Robbie is?
No, I know who that is. Who's directing this?
Greta Gerwig. She is directing hot off the heels of Little Women was the last one she did. Before this, she did Lady Bird before that, and she did a lot of acting before all of that. So,
Greta Gerwig. I have no idea who this person is.
Well, you're going to know her for Barbie before long is what's going to happen. She's been nominated for screenplay twice already. So, hey.
Never saw Lady Bird. Never saw Little Women.
She co-wrote Barbie. So
is Barbie going to be a musical? Kind of looked like it was going to be a musical.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was music in it. I don't know if it's going to be a straight musical or anything like that, but I could definitely see it being a musical at times. Like, so the premise apparently is after being expelled from Barbie Land for being a less than perfect doll, Barbie sets off for the human world to find true happiness. So I feel like the Barbie Land stuff is going to be like super over the top and like musical and theatrical, and then the human world is just fucking depressing world that we all live in, you know? So Margot Robbie,
sounds
Ryan
fantastic.
Gosling, Will Ferrell.
No, do you know who is scoring the film?
Was it Ludwig? I don't know.
Alexandra Desplat.
Oh, he's gonna get a fucking Oscar for Barbie, isn't he? That son of a bitch.
Desplat fans' expectations for popular 1997 song Barbie Girl and pop band Aqua to appear in the film. Oh my goodness me. I can't believe he's attached to this movie. It's going to be amazing. This movie's going to be very good. I can already feel it.
Yeah, I think this is going to be wow. They're making a Barbie movie, but somehow it's incredible. I just feels right. Like it's not like this feels like the Lego movie in kind of its own sort
That's
of
true.
way. Like
yeah,
really
true.
more identical in terms of that sort of feel of taking a established thing that
property,
kids love
yeah.
and and being ridiculous with it, but
making
being
a
genuine about
heartfelt
it too.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, pumped for Barbie. But are you pumped for Christopher Nolan's next film?
Yeah,
Oppenheimer. A real extreme. You get Barbie,
the death of all humans in the next movie,
and then you get the atomic bomb, and and the mass casualties that can result from it, and have resulted historically from such a creation. Yeah, Oppenheimer.
This is the first time I've seen this trailer. Like I think I walked into the tail end of it, but man, what a trailer, right? It gave me goosebumps. It's like, it's time for a Nolan movie. It very much is a Nolan movie.
It feels like a Nolan movie, but like he always does, like he goes back and forth. It's like historical or like some kind of thing, and then he goes to like the more fantastical, fictional kind of thing. And so like we got Dunkirk last time around. Obviously, that was good enough that we started the podcast because of it. So like it feels like Nolan doing another historical thing is just, I don't know. It's exciting. Great cast. Love Cillian Murphy. Emily Blunt, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Florence Pugh.
Who's doing the cinematography on this
Hoyt van Hoytema.
Hoyt. Well, Hoyt. Hoyt knows what the fuck's going on.
Who did Nope, who did Tenet, Ad Astra, Dunkirk, Spectre, Interstellar, Her, Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty good.
Makes sense.
Pretty good.
Yeah, knows how to work a camera.
Seems
very
like
competent.
He's decent enough at his job.
Yeah, it's beautiful, beautifully shot film. Very excited about this.
Looks awesome. I mean, obviously it's going to be a doozy in terms of, I think it could be a hard watch potentially for the subject matter, but it looks like a really well put together, really well made film. And it's Nolan. Like, it's fucking Christopher Nolan.
And it's Cillian Murphy too. I think we might see just from these shots of his face and stuff, it just looks like I think we might see he might be nominated for some acting shit in this too.
Yeah. Maybe.
So it's kind of like he's
who's doing the score for this one, right?
Who?
It's not Alexandre Desplat.
Oh no. It's got to be
Ludwig Göransson.
Is it Ludwig? No.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We got some big movies this year. These guys are getting jobs. They
every year they come around and they pull something out,
Make some
They
music
don't
for
Hans
this
Zimmer
thing.
it all the time.
No.
Well, Hans Zimmer's busy with another project this year. She's probably spending a lot of time. All right. Any other thoughts on that? Are you ready to round out July?
Yeah. Round out July.
On
Let's do it. We gotta keep going.
July 28th. The Marvels. The last Marvel film of the year is The Marvels.
Only 3.
Only 3 this year. I think once upon a time we might have had a Blade, but that didn't work out. So we'll get that 2024 maybe. But we'll be getting The Marvels, no problem. Brie Larson's back. She's Captain Marvel. She's Carol Danvers. She's going to be joined by Teyonah Parris as Monica Rambeau and Iman Vellani as Miss Marvel. So it's the Marvels. It's the 3 Marvels. Director of Candyman, Nia DaCosta. What do you think? Are you feeling this one?
Yeah, of course. I'll be there. Sounds like I don't know what. It's got to tie in with the. It's got to tie in with the show that we're getting from the spy show. What the fuck is it?
Secret Invasion. Yeah, because I think Sam Jackson is in this one too. So
yeah, it's got to tie in with that.
We'll see how the timeline all kind of works out. But
the big interesting thing is how do these characters tie into Kang?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, maybe there's another version of him out in outer space.
Because I'm feeling like everything's going to start tying together at some point, where
it was Kang all along, the author of all of Marvel Studios' characters' pain. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yes, and God damn it, unless they copyrighted that shit, I think I would have to include it in my Marvel movie. I'm Kang, the author of all of your pain.
But does he do a Christoph Waltz impression, or does he do it in his own voice?
And the fact that Kang kind of rhymes with pain a little bit even makes it better.
I am the Kang of your pain. I'm the author of your Kang. I don't know.
I am Kang, the author of your pain.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm an idiot. We need to move on to August.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. August 4th. Let me just throw a couple at you. The Meg 2, The Trench.
Incredible.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Either of those up your alley?
I'm more keen to hop on the Meg.
Did you see the first Meg? I feel like I
did.
didn't, but you did. Okay,
I own the first Meg.
Oh, it must be good then.
Yeah, it's pretty
must be
great.
A real classic. I'm sure this is bringing back Statham. Surely he would have survived the Meg in the first place. So
I can't remember.
Must not be that good. Okay, so the Meg 2. I think the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is an animated one, not a live action one, which is probably good. And Statham's back, confirmed.
Jason
Taylor. Jason Statham as Jonas Taylor.
That's actually his twin brother in the Meg universe.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm joking. Yeah. So excited about the Meg 2. Yes, I am.
Okay.
if you look at the poster, it's actually even more incredible. You have like this giant shark jumping out of the water, all this lightning, and there's it's ridiculous. The Meg
good.
was really something special. What do we have for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem?
Not much. I think it's an animated film expected to debut at that date that they set once upon a time. Seth Rogen may be involved. Evan Goldberg, focusing on the teenage aspect of the titular team. Apparently,
James Marsden he's been getting a lot of jobs lately. Good for him, dude.
Is he in it? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was in Dead to Me too, which is pretty good. He's been getting a lot of gigs. The old Sonic guy. I don't even think of him as Cyclops anymore. I just think of him as fucking Sonic the Hedgehog's kind of buddy. But
yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think we'll get a lot more of that, obviously, as the year goes on. So yeah, we'll say wait and see on that. August 11th, obviously, Gran Turismo is a big one for us. Right. David Harbour is there. He's got a kid who's a good Gran Turismo driver, so he's going to drive for real or some shit. I don't know. We did a whole bit about it. We pitched a whole thing with Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think, when we got the announcement for this. So
it's true.
Obviously, there's a lot of great stuff here, for a Gran Turismo film, and so I'm sure it's going to be great. Really, really looking forward to it. Jesus Christ, I forgot. It's directed by Neil Blomkamp. What the fuck?
You can't make it up. It's like we're in an alternate time loop or something. Kang's fucked us up in a big way.
Yes, yeah, he's broken through into our reality. Brutal. August 11th, we'll also have The Haunted Mansion, another Disney crack at it. They did an Eddie Murphy one once upon a time, but they're doing another one. And it's
with Eddie Murphy?
That was the other one. This one's going to be Jared Leto, Jamie Lee Curtis, Rosario Dawson, Owen Wilson, Winona Ryder, Danny DeVito, Lakeith Stanfield, Tiffany Haddish. These are good names.
Yeah, good names.
Some of these are good names. Jared Leto is not one of the names that is good, but Danny DeVito playing a college history professor.
That's perfect. That's
that.
Awesome.
I like that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Disney movies. I think the Disney movies are really hit and miss. Sometimes they're like really good, and sometimes they're just schlocky shit. So hard to say. Hard to say with this one. August 18th. I think the second to last entry from DC, because DC's got 4 on tap for 2023. Blue Beetle. It's a new character for DC. It's Zolo Mardueña who's playing him. He's Miguel from Cobra Kai. It's basically a character that gets like an alien scarab that attaches to him that gives him super suit, superpowers, Beetleborgs kind of shit. I think it's a cool character and cool potential here. But we don't really have a whole lot to go off of in terms of what the film itself is going to look like. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean it's one of the few Latino superhero films that we've had. Maybe certainly the first for DC. It feels like so that's kind of a neat thing. Any thoughts?
We'll see what happens. With the Blue Beetle, we'll see what happens with it, I guess.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. Marketing obviously has yet to really start in full force for obviously a lot of these. September, just a couple here. 15th will get us A Haunting in Venice. Kenneth Branagh, he's back. He's got another one.
Is it really? Is that the next one?
Yeah.
Wow, good on him.
Quick turnaround, right?
He's pumping them out.
Ryan Johnson, you make your movies every 2 years. I put one out every year. So that's how I'm superior to you, you fucking asshole. Trying to steal my thunder when I'll make a movie every fucking year, and you can go fuck yourself. Is what's going to happen.
What was in this one?
Hercule Poirot, now retired, must solve the murder of a guest at a seance he attended. I think this has a better cast than Death on the Nile. It's got Kenneth Branagh, obviously. In this as well, Jamie Dornan, Tina Fey. Oh, go ahead.
If you squint at Jamie Dornan,
Yeah.
Like in the little picture, if you squint at him a little bit, he kind of looks like Henry Cavill.
A little bit like Henry Cavill. Yeah, well, the hair might throw you off, though. Otherwise he'd really look like him.
Anyways.
Kelly Riley and Michelle Yeoh. And this is
No way.
So,
Wow.
yeah,
And Tina Fey.
And Tina Fey. Yeah, that's right. So I feel like that's better than the anti-vax crew that they managed to assemble for Death on the Nile. So, pretty solid. Pretty solid. I think these are all non-problematic people as far as everyone is aware. So that's always helpful too.
Produced by Ridley Scott.
Yeah, man may be 97 years old, but he's still active. 85. He's still fucking old.
He's old.
So yeah, haunting in or around Venice. Some vague part of Venice is where it happens.
Okay.
I didn't watch Death on the Nile.
No?
You did.
It's okay.
You said it was fine, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Maybe I'll get around to it.
Hotel movie.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think it's probably a little bit better than a hotel movie, but
okay,
not
significant
much. Right, exactly.
Sure. All right, rounding out September 22nd. Next Goal Wins. It's the next film from Taika Waititi. Wow. He's not doing a Thor movie. He's doing something else. It's about
rugby.
I think soccer / football. It's about
yes.
The American Samoa national football team, which I think notoriously they won a match negative 31-0, which is to say that they lost the match 31-0. So I think it's kind of roughly based around the premise of this god-awful football team. So sports comedy drama. It's got Michael Fassbender in it, and some mainstays. Reese Darby, Elizabeth Moss, Will Arnett. So some good names. So yeah, Taika Waititi outside of the Marvel sphere could be quite funny. I feel like he's at this point probably better outside of the Marvel sphere potentially. So sounds good. I'm into it.
Yeah. So what happens?
Are you into what's coming in October? We got two good ones on tap. I think maybe we'll talk about it. October 6th, Kraven the Hunter. The Sony villainverse continues. It expands with Kraven the Hunter as portrayed by Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I like Kraven the Hunter as a villain to Spider-Man.
Do you like him as the main character of his own movie, where he's probably an anti-hero at worst?
I don't know, dude. I don't know how you like.
Also, almost certainly zero involvement with actual Spider-Man in any way whatsoever. So he's just, I don't know, is he hunting animals? I don't know.
It just feels like a neutered fucking character. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, we'll see.
Well, I mean, like the attraction of Kraven is like Spider-Man is like his prey. Like that's the big thing is like, I can hunt all the big game, blah blah blah. But Spider-Man is like he's like the next level. Like like the most dangerous game is fucking hunting Spider-Man. And so it's like if you remove that aspect from it, like. What is his character? He's just a hunter, I guess. He just hunts animals. Like, I don't want to watch a movie about that. That's not interesting or fun. Fucking sad. I'll feel bad for the animals, probably. I don't know. I don't. I
want to be excited. I really do want to be excited about it.
I'd be excited about Kraven the Hunter in a Spider-Man movie. I'm not excited about Kraven the Hunter in a Kraven the Hunter movie because why the fuck is there a Kraven the Hunter movie? You know what I mean? Like, unless it's like a straight adaptation of Kraven's Last Hunt and you have like some sort of Elseworlds Spider-Man, like nah, like that's not the way to do it. I feel like obviously part of it is like it's Sony, so I mean it's Sony, enough said.
It's gonna happen, right?
But I think that they have not been able to prove that they can make a successful Spider-Man adjacent movie without actual Spider-Man to this point, have they? I mean,
no. They
I've seen one. Would suggest not. I mean, yes, I haven't watched Morbius, but I have watched both Venoms, and let me tell you, neither of them are very good. They're all Kraven. They're all quite bad. I haven't seen Kraven yet.
Carnage.
I saw Carnage. Yeah, it was real shit. So I kind of think this might be in the same vein.
Yeah,
might be real shit, and it sucks because it feels like the more that they make these fucking movies, the more they take away the potential for these characters to be villains in Spider-Man movies. Like, are we actually going to get a Venom in Spider-Man with Tom Holland? Or is it just going to be a bullshit Tom Hardy crossover that everyone like is like, I guess, you know, like, are we going to get a Kraven in Spider-Man as a villain?
The Kraven would be an awesome fucking villain. It'd be so good in a standalone Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens, though. I mean,
Fun fact: he was going to be the villain of the third film of No Way Home. Had the multiverse stuff not worked out in terms of getting all the, you know, everyone that needed to be on board, but obviously it worked out, and we got a pretty good film out of it. So no hard feelings, but could have been Kraven. But anyway, October 13th, The Exorcist. And are you thinking
What's
to yourself,
this?
Yes, I've seen The Exorcist. It came out many years ago, actually, you fucking idiot.
It was an awesome movie. One of the best horror movies of all time.
Maybe the best, perhaps. It's a sequel to The Exorcist, a direct sequel to The Exorcist, ignoring all of the other Exorcist sequels that are mostly bad. It's the crew that brought you Halloween, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
That shit wherever. Who authorized this? I don't want it. Who said?
Blumhouse.
Who?
Blumhouse apparently had the rights at some point and says, "Yeah, let's do this. Let's do this."
I mean, fuck. I
First of a trilogy. They're really just going full Halloween with this. Oof.
The first of a trilogy, sequel to the original.
Planned sequel Exorcist trilogy with David Gordon Green involved, hot off the heels of ruining Halloween after Halloween had already been ruined.
Fuck, it's real bad. That's real bad news, dude. Real bad news. Man, hopefully he the first one. So the first Halloween was good. The first remake.
Yeah, I think that they kind of got it as a nice direct sequel 30, 40 years later, whatever kind of thing.
I don't think this needs to be touched, but
yeah.
Man, I don't.
I mean, on the one hand,
I don't.
Again, I guess it's the same thing. Most Halloween sequels were dog shit. So the fact that they made one that was like solid was like, this is great. They did something right, you know. And this is almost a similar thing where most of the Exorcist sequels have been dog shit. So if they do something that's like solid, then it's like, okay, like I guess this at least has a vague reason to exist. But if it's bad, then it's just like, I don't know, man. Like just let this thing be. Like The Exorcist doesn't need a sequel, really.
No, it really doesn't.
And if you're going to give it a sequel, you have Legion right there, and it's a great follow up. So anyway, I'm not really looking forward to this, but at least we get one horror movie October. So there you go. There's that.
Could be the worst one out of the year.
Now, November 3rd. Are you excited about a little film called Dune Part 2? Are you excited for this one?
Yes.
Have you heard of it? Have you heard about this one?
I have heard of it. I have heard of the casting news.
Have you heard of the director that's
yards.
directing it? It's Denis Villeneuve.
Denis Villeneuve.
That's right. Roughly.
Denis Villeneuve. Yes.
Is back. He's doing more Dune. Zendaya's going to be in it for more than a minute, probably.
Oh my God. It's going to be incredible. Yes, I'm very excited about this.
Yeah.
This is otherwise known as a speedboat in a bathtub, I think is the way he...
Well, if you don't watch it in the theaters, yes, that's correct.
And it's got fucking Austin Butler, dude.
It's got Elvis himself playing, he's playing the nephew, Fade Ralpha.
Yeah, fucking Fade Ralpha.
Which, you know, that's a hateable character, so it's a solid pick. You know, even if he's doing the Elvis bit, still.
I think the best casting news to come out.
Do you think Denny coached him out of the Elvis? Like, stop fucking, you're not fucking Elvis in this movie. No, not fucking Elvis. I can't do a French accent.
Anybody who says...
French accent saying, stop fucking doing Elvis.
Anybody who says this movie, if you watch this movie outside of a theater, you're watching a speedboat inside of a bathtub, I think can coach an actor outside of using a shit accent. Like, no, you stop that. I think he probably slapped him. Boom, snap out of it.
Stop. fucking idiot.
I do think I do not see Denny though slapping Christopher Walken whenever he tries to be the fucking Shaddam the Fourth.
The Emperor Shaddam
Shaddam the
Fourth. The Emperor of House Carino. Yeah.
Stop it.
That's fucking cool, man. I love that. I like the newcomers. Florence Pugh's in it. Princess Irulan.
Léa Seydoux.
The daughter of, this is Florence Pugh will be playing my daughter. And Léa Seydoux's in it. Lady Margot and Tim Blake Nelson's in it as well. So,
it's going to be incredible.
Obviously, some returning cast. Timmy's back. Rebecca Ferguson's back. Josh Brolin is allegedly back. I don't know. His fate was undisclosed.
Who's Tim Blake Nelson play?
Undisclosed role, but I think he's going to be the Count Feyring or something like that.
Oh yeah, right. Okay,
that would be my guess because that's the only character that hasn't been cast, and I think that they like Léa Seydoux is Lady Fenring. I think so.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my guess.
That's good. Good casting, dude.
Yeah.
Tour de force.
Movies. Best movie of 2023. Are you ready to make the prediction?
Dude, like, I mean, every year you guys watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I think the next one that will be watched.
Dune all the time?
Dunes. Once a year you watch the Dunes.
Yeah, well, like once it's complete, at
once
least the
it's
part
complete.
1 and part 2.
Yeah.
Sure. I could see that.
Incredible. Anyways.
Masterclass cinema. All right. I think we're really winding down. Not too many super exciting films after
next
this.
One?
November 17th, The Hunger Games. It's back with The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I think it's a prequel. It's a Hunger Games prequel about President Snow when he was just a boy. When he was a young man.
Okay. I don't want that either. I don't need it.
Based on, I think what's her face put out a prequel book, so I think this is just based off of that. What's her face being Suzanne Collins. So yeah, it's just it's another Hunger Games adaptation. Obviously, brand new cast, kind of a older time period for the universe, and so unless they pull a Hobbit and have Katniss Everdeen with bookends kind of thing, like I think it'll be pretty detached, other than obviously feeling similar in terms of the type of movie that it is. So I'm not really a Hunger Games person, so it's not really my thing, but if it is your thing, okay, good for you. It's kind of how I feel about it. So I don't really have a lot to say about it. I don't know if I didn't see the last Hunger Games, so I've only seen like 3 out of 4. It's just, I don't know. It's not, I don't know. I don't really got anything. I got nothing for you. Okay? Stop asking me.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
November 22nd, Disney is bringing a little film called Wish. Animated musical film. Written by Jennifer Lee, directed by Chris Buck and Fawn Vera Sunthorn. It asks the question, how did the wishing star, upon which so many Disney characters wished, come to be? And there's some more details, but that's all you need to know. Ariana DeBose and Alan Tudyk are part of the voice cast. Alan Tudyk appears to be playing a named character, which means he's not just making animal noises this time. But yeah, it's the next Disney animation film, following from, I guess, Encanto. I don't know if was there something in between that. I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know. Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
I think Disney Animations. I think Disney Animation Studios, particularly. I think they've been very successful. In a lot of the stuff that they've put out. So I, despite knowing very little about this, I'll just say I have confidence in Disney. I'll have confidence in Disney's animation team to get this one.
Yeah, faith. Yeah.
Yep. So that brings us to December. We're nearly at the end, but we have a few more things to talk about. December 15th, Wonka.
Oh.
We're getting another
is this
Wonka. Timothy Chalamet.
Is this the Timmy? Yeah.
Timmy's back. Timmy's got Dune, and then he's got Willy Wonka. It's a prequel to the book, starring Timmy as a young Willy Wonka and his adventures before he opens the chocolate factory. Because we always wondered. What was he up to before then?
Do you know who plays the Oompa Loompas?
Is it Keegan-Michael Key?
No, it's Hugh Grant.
Oh boy. Oh.
I love it. I'm 100%. Man. Hugh Grant is an Oompa Loompa. Oh, that's amazing. Who cast that? Ah.
Oh man.
Hugh, we want you for Willy Wonka. Oh, you want me to play Wonka? No, we want you to play Oompa Loompa. Okay. Amazing.
We'll see what happens with it. I can tell you that it's directed by Paul King, who's the guy that did the Paddington movies, which are like the best fucking reviewed movies of all time on Rotten Tomatoes. So I guess he's like pretty good or whatever. So I don't know, man. It's Wonka, I guess.
I mean, you see the picture of like Timothée Chalamet like walking around as Wonka, like the picture of Wonka on IMDb looks fucking iconic. Like he looks iconic as Wonka. So I mean, it's probably going to be pretty good.
It's Timmy.
I like Wonka. I like Timmy. So I'll probably like this too. I just the one thing that sold me on it though for sure is
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant as the Oompa Loompas.
Yeah. All right, 2 more. December 20th. Tentatively titled Ghostbusters 4. It's the Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel. In truth, the Paul Rudd will be back with those damn kids. Stranger Things is back. The girl with the glasses, she's back. They're all like Spengler's grandkids or whatever. Yeah, we're getting another Ghostbusters, kind of following in Afterlife's footsteps. I'm sure we'll get some of the surviving Ghostbusters back again, I would guess. Maybe Dan Aykroyd and his hair. Maybe Dan Aykroyd's hair will be there. Maybe they'll de-age him so he'll look like pristine 1984 Ghostbusters.
We'll just cast Henry Cavill.
They'll get Henry Cavill in as a body double, and they'll just CGI Dan Aykroyd's face, and it will be indistinguishable. Perhaps that will be the case. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think? More Ghostbusters? Are you up for it? I kind of feel like it's we had
whatever.
such a
that last one was good enough. It was okay.
It was solid. It was fun. Like okay, more. I don't need more, but I'll watch more probably. I guess. I don't know. Yeah. It feels like really soon, but okay, I guess. So I don't know. December 25th, the last theatrical release that we are going to talk about: Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Ooh. Jason Momoa, my man, is back for another bout as Aquaman. And he's lost. He's lost in this kingdom. Why is he lost there? I don't know. What's the kingdom? Where is it lost? I don't know. I can't tell you these things, but you can probably find out when the movie comes out.
Amber Heard's here too.
I think Amber Heard is still in this movie, as far as I know. I guess she's getting the Ezra Miller treatment of we'll be fine.
Wow. Ben Affleck's here too.
Ben Affleck is apparently in it as well. Apparently there was an early version that had Michael Keaton in as Batman, and it confused test audiences of like, why is Michael Keaton here as Batman? And so they changed it. I don't know if that's true or not, but it sounds true because it sounds like something DC would do. I don't know. Yeah, I like Momoa, and that Aquaman movie was fun. It was good. I think James Wan is back in the director's chair for this, but yeah, I don't know. What do you think about Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom? Does that feel like okay? We got the Way of Water to close out 2022. That's how we do things. Just water movies. Water movies at the end of every year. Next Star Wars movie that closes out a year. Water everywhere.
Water,
as they call it in Philly. What do you think?
Okay, yeah. It's I'll watch it. I mean, I don't think I'll watch it on Christmas, but I'll watch it on that week I have off. I'm sure. Much like I did Avatar. I am neither excited about it nor happy about it, I think, but I will watch it and endure it. I will endure Aquaman.
We'll endure it. Well, what I can tell you, and this is a sizzle of things to come on a future episode, it will be the final installment in the DC Extended Universe before a reboot of sorts takes place. So.
Then I will be very happy to watch that movie and have a book into all of my pain that's been DC.
That's been authored by DC.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep. All right. You thought we were done, but one more that I'll throw at you.
Oh shit!
Asteroid City. No release date as of yet. It's a Wes Anderson joint. So I think it's worth talking about. I think it's Wes Anderson takes on like sci-fi kind of shit. Maybe not, or maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just thinking of that because it's called Asteroid City. But oh no, I missed this. It does have a release date, June 23rd. I plugged it in the wrong spot. I feel like they might have announced that like between yesterday and today when I did the script, or maybe I just missed it, or just used a faulty source. 1955 is when it takes place. It's about a scholarly competition at a junior stargazer convention held in a fictional American desert town. So no, it is not a sci-fi at all. It's actually just a fucking Wes Anderson movie that sounds like every other fucking Wes Anderson movie, and it'll probably be pretty.
That's
good.
Okay. You know,
Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Tom Hanks, Margot Robbie, Rupert Friend, Jason Schwartzman, Scarlett Johansson, Bryan Cranston, Jeff Goldblum, Jeffrey Wright, Liev Schreiber, Matt Dillon, Edward Norton, Steve Carell,
hey,
Hung Chow, Willem Dafoe. I guess it's a pretty good cast, you might say. Anyway.
Yes.
Sorry, I meant to plug that into June. So would have made that long month even longer. That's it. What do you think? 2023? Pretty good year? Going to be a pretty good year? Shaping up to be a pretty good year?
I'd say stacked, specifically for year-round horror films.
Oh yeah, you fucking get horror every month, basically. It does feel pretty stacked, I gotta say. It almost feels like, I think this is the normal. Like, you know, like, because I feel like we still had a lot of release date shuffles in 2022, and it almost feels like, all right, we're like finally caught up. Like, we're finally getting that fucking Mission Impossible movie that's been delayed like 20 times because Top Gun was delayed 20 times. Aquaman was supposed to come out literally December of 2022, and full year delay for that. So, yeah, it kind of feels like once we get through 2023, like it's, you know, we're good. Maybe. Knock on wood kind of thing. So, no, a lot of good stuff. A lot of good TV, obviously. A lot of good films. Been here a while. Maybe not quite as long as last year, but still been here a while. So I'm
Barbie,
really looking forward.
Oppenheimer, Evil Dead Rise.
Yep. Dungeons and Dragons. Shazam.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Creed. The end of the road ends, or whatever.
Jesus, yeah. Wow. Taglines.
Yeah.
Looks like we got some campiness this year. This might be the year of the camp.
Okay.
And that might be okay. You know, that's okay.
Campy can be fine. Can be.
I think I'll kick off this year with M3gan this
little
weekend.
M3gan. I think that's the way to do it. Maybe a little M3gan deep dive.
Body yaddy 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 yaddy.
All right. Why don't we say thank you all for listening. If you enjoyed what you heard, please spread the word. If you want to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/watchreviewrepeat, by contributing $2 a month to us, you can get early access to all of our regular episodes, timed exclusive access to our bonus episodes, of which we've promised some already. Maybe a Jonathan Wick, perhaps. A Gremlins, perhaps. Other things I'm sure we can come up with. Yeah, we'll have some. We'll have some for sure. So patreon.com/watchreviewrepeat. Go for it. Probably not M. Night Shyamalan, but maybe. Just maybe we might. Our website's watchreviewrepeat.com. We are on socials at WRRPod on Twitter, at watchreviewrepeat on Instagram, facebook.com/watchreviewrepeat. We're on Facebook. Questions, comments, suggestions, thoughts about what's going on in 2023. Got bold predictions, hot takes. Send them our way. watchreviewrepeat@gmail.com. Love to hear from you guys. Thoughts on M3gan. Happy to hear about that too. Intro and outro track, Mechanolith by Kevin MacLeod at Incompetech.com, licensed under the Creative Commons by Attribution 3.0 license. What are we going to do next? I guess it might be an M3gan episode. I don't know, man. I guess.
Might be an easy one. That might be an easy one.
That might be the way to go. Start off, I feel like we rarely actually cover January stuff because we're always playing catch up and doing these episodes, and we can do an M3gan.
That's what we're caught up.
It was a meme for a while, but maybe there's more to it than just memes, right? Maybe there's some real substance to M3gan.
Maybe we kick it off with a real shit movie, and that's okay.
Maybe we do, and we got an early start to worst film of 2023. Maybe, just maybe. We'll find out. Maybe if we talk about it. So, there you have it, folks. 2023, a look ahead. Lots of things to look forward to. Andrew, why don't you take us out?
Take care now. Bye-bye then.
thought maybe you were gonna change your outro, New Year and all.
I
But
thought about it, but
you considered that,
just
didn't you?
went-
Body
tried
yada
and true.
yada yada.
I can do
you were
that.
just you
Ready?
were thinking about
Take-
Henry
take
Cavill's
us-
hair is
take-
what you were
Take
thinking
us
about.
out. Body yada 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 yada.
Laters on the Menche.